Good morning from a root field on the campus of Central Connecticut State University. It's the ECAC Division III Bowl Championships on ECACSports.tv. Today it's the James Lyon Bowl between St. John Fisher College and Westminster College. Seth Cantor, joined by my broadcast partner Emory Hunt, and the theme in this game, two stout run defenses.
And it ties right into our points and our keys for the game, and even the guys that we have to watch in this game. You look at running back James Chambers from St. John Fisher, outstanding tailback, 9 touchdowns on the season. He's going to get the start today, and they're going to rely on him heavy in this ball game.
And defending him, a President's Athletic Conference first-teamer, Matt Quinn.
And Quinn is a guy that's consistently finding himself in the backfield, making tackles, and how well he does today versus Chambers could ultimately determine how well they do as a whole.
Coming up next, the James Lyon Bowl between St. John Fisher College of the Empire 8 and Westminster College of the President's Athletic Conference. Another good matchup here at Central Connecticut State University on a root field. We're back after this on ECACSports.tv. And welcome back to a root field on a beautiful fall morning. Seth Cantor, Emory Hunt with you for the ECAC Division III Bowl Championships. Game 3 of 6 this weekend, and we have the James Lyon Bowl between the Westminster Titans, an 8-2 record, 7-1 in the President's Athletic Conference, and the St. John Fisher Cardinals at 7-3. 6-2 in the Empire 8 as Emory, yet another intriguing matchup here.
And both teams are amped up. I was at the team hotel where both fan bases were getting rowdy last night and also this morning, so they're amped to watch these two teams get out there and play.
Westminster has won the toss. They'll defer to the second half. In fact, in the first 2 games, the teams that have won the toss have elected to defer.
And we've seen 4 teams so far, that had opposite things. You had a team that was great defense, and you had teams that had great offenses, but it was flip-flop when we got to the actual game, and those defenses gave up a lot of points. Those offenses couldn't score, so we'll see what we have in store for today.
St. John Fisher comes into this game on a roll. They've won 6 straight games. They won a share of the Empire 8 title with Cortland State University, but Cortland going to the NCAAs, and this is a program that has been terrific. 13 straight postseason appearances, 108 wins, just 32 losses in their last 12 years. That's a 771 winning percentage.
And you look at these two squads, there's no surprise that they're here. 2 outstanding programs, 2 outstanding universities or colleges, and I'm just excited to see these two teams play.
This Westminster team, the most wins they've had in 15 years, 31 playoff wins in 17 appearances. They're excited. This is their first postseason appearance since 1997.
I was a junior in high school then, knew about these programs, but good to see these guys having success now, and it has to mean a lot for these seniors.
Well, this Westminster team, a team that has a number of different wide receiver targets, but they rely on their running game.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at their running game, it's the foundation for their success. If you're able to run the football, you're able to control the clock, you're able to wear down your opponent physically, and that's something that they're going to have to get going early on in this ball game.
Well, the St. John Fisher team, listen to this. They averaged 29 points per game, and they ranked 7th in their 9-team league.
Yeah, 29 points a game. You score 29 points, you're supposed to win more often than you lose. It's good to see that type of offensive output coming from the collegiate level.
Well, we're set to go here at a root field. First of 2 games today. Coming up at 5 o'clock, the Asa S. Bushnell Bowl Championship, Buffalo State College and RPI, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. But we'll get matters going here right now with the Lyon Bowl, St. John Fisher and Westminster. Westminster to kick off, Justin Dahl will do the honors. Back deep is James Chambers for St. John Fisher. Beautiful fall morning here for football at Central Connecticut State University. Low line drive kick. Chambers fields it near the 15-yard line. Hesitating, now he'll take it towards the sideline, and he's dropped at the 30-yard line, and that's where St. John Fisher will begin its first possession of the game. We'll take a look at the St. John Fisher starters. Quarterback is Matt Nathan. He's joined in the backfield by James Chambers, who has 9 touchdown runs this year. Nathan Nagolian, Taylor Byrne, and Bobby Campese are the wide receivers. Wyatt Staley, the tight end. On the line, Kyle Gensler, Jordan Schofield, Ross Matthewson, Austin Coleman, and Kahari Demos. As we get set to go on a 1st down and 10, St. John Fisher at its own 30-yard line. Westminster goes in a 4-3. We'll give you their starters in a moment. Nathan, throw a quick slant out into the flat. Catch made by James Chambers, the running back, and he's driven back. Well, he'll get to the original line of scrimmage, maybe lost a half yard. Nonetheless, Westminster, a terrific job as Darren Donikowski, Tyler Beatrice, Richard Ellerby, Nick Cassidy up front, Justin Shaw, Matt Quinn, C.J. Armstrong are the linebackers, Marvin Liberstay, Todd Jeter are the corners, Gator Phillips and Wayne Siebens are the safeties. Well, it's a 2nd down and 10 for St. John Fisher. Team that averaged 350 yards per game this year, 7th in their league. Here's the handoff to Chambers, and he's stuffed at the line, no gain.
And you look at that offensive line doing a great job right now, just trying to create space. I think their defensive front of Westminster is doing a great job getting off these blocks and making plays right now at the line of scrimmage.
Richard Ellaby with the tackle. So it's 3rd down as we take a look at what St. John Fisher needs to do to win this ball game.
Well, it's all about sustaining drives. You have to be able to stay on the field. When you have a high-powered offensive attack, that's important. You want to force Westminster to break their tendencies offensively by stopping these guys on 1st down, and you have to out-execute a team that does a great job of executing. It sounds simple, but it's very tough to do.
St. John Fisher struggled on 3rd downs this year, only 35%. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Nathan, out of the shotgun, takes the snap, has time, looks right, throws right. And the catch is made just shy of midfield. Nathan Nagolian with the reception. 1st down, St. John Fisher on a key 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, and you saw the back shoulder throw. That's a very tough play to defend if you're a defensive back. You have to not only keep in mind where the receiver is located, but also have the wherewithal to find out where the football is going. You see right here on the replay, very tough play to defend, but if you're a good corner, and especially if they're going to try to test you throughout the game with that play, you have to do a better job of staying in between the pass and the receiver.
Reception goes for 17 yards. 1st and 10, Fisher just shy of midfield at their own 47-yard line. Play action slant over the middle, catch made. Inside the 45 down to the 43-yard line, so Fisher has a 1st down. Derek Boland, the junior, with the reception.
We saw that pop pass last night in the WPI Kane football game. A lot of opportunity over the middle of the field for the tight end because of the zone read fake.
Gator Phillips with the tackle. Oh, it's good for a 1st down. So Fisher moving the ball here after that key 3rd down conversion. 3 receivers left, 1 right. No score here. Opening minutes. James Lina Bowl championship between St. John Fisher and Westminster. Quick slant over the middle, and the catch is made by Nagolian once again at the 35-yard line, a gain of 8 yards on 1st down.
And Nagolian at 6'3", 215. They found something on the weak side of the field, or the short side of the field, doing a great job not only on the comeback route or the fade stop, but now you saw on this quick slant, getting his frame, bodying up the cornerbacks, and making plays.
Todd Jeter with the tackle. 2nd down and 2. Fisher driving at the 35-yard line in plus territory. Here's the handoff, and wrapped up is Steven Stromolo, senior running back. Not much of a gain there. He was tackled at the 39-yard line. It's going to be a 3rd down and short.
You see aggressive defensive philosophy right now by Westminster. They're playing close to the line of scrimmage, 1 safety back deep, which tells you they're focused on stopping the run. They also trust what they have on the corners. You see right here on the replay, great job getting off blocks and making a play at the line of scrimmage. Again, the run game hasn't been effective so far in this early part of the drive.
Twins on each side. 4 receivers are back as well. Vance Stromolo on a 3rd down and 1. Fisher at the 34-yard line of Westminster. Westminster loads up the box. Here's Stromolo around the tackle box, has a 1st down as he's dropped right near the 30-yard line. Gain of 4 yards on the play, and Fisher continues to move the chains.
That was a good run by Stromolo, the senior 5'9", 200 pounds, evaded the first tackler and was able to pick up the 1st. That was a great job playing defense by Westminster. You just have to finish the play and make that stop.
Tyler Beatrice with the tackle. It's a 1st down and 10 for St. John Fisher. They're doing well on 3rd downs in this game. They're 2 of 2. Out of the shotgun is Nathan, the senior from Syracuse, out of West Genesee High School. Takes the snap, throws it into the left flat. The catch is made by Derek Boland once again. Gets yards after the catch. as Boland is taken out at the 25-yard line, a gain of 6.
Well, you could tell early on that Westminster has done their homework in the film room because they're on these plays. They're attacking downhill. They're playing aggressively. They're playing fast. They know where they're supposed to be. You just have to finish these plays by making these tackles in space.
Miguel Luis with the tackle. 2nd and 4. St. John Fisher at the 25-yard line of Westminster, moving the ball nicely on their first drive of the game. Chambers takes it up the middle, just shy of the first down, so that's going to bring up a 3rd down and short with 10:25 remaining in the opening quarter. No score, but a nice drive by the Cardinals to open up this James Lina Bowl.
And this is what you want to see. That was one of the keys to victory coming in, sustaining drives. This is a long, sustained drive, a nice way to start the game. You want to finish off with points, preferably a touchdown.
3 receivers right, 1 left. Out of the shotgun is Nathan, who threw for 1,688 yards during the regular season. Makes the snap, play action, slant over the middle, catch made by Campese, 1st down. And St. John Fisher continues to excel on 3rd downs. We spoke about it. They struggled there during the regular season, but you'd never know it by the way they've started out this game.
I mean, again, the pop pass, they ran it to the left side. Now they come back to it on the right side, and they're just influencing those alley defenders of the Westminster College football team right now, doing a great job just taking advantage of what the defense is giving them, and they find themselves inside the 10.
1st and goal from the 8 after the tackle by C.J. Armstrong. Here's the handoff. It's Chambers taken down at the 5, a gain of 3. Out of 1st down and goal with 9:24 remaining, opening quarter. St. John Fisher knocking on the door here, looking to take a 6-0 lead.
Well, they seem to have figured out how to stop the run. They've done a great job in that aspect of the game so far, but it's the passing game, the short, quick passing game that has given them problems, and they have to start making plays in space. They've been on the players. They just got to bring these guys down to the ground.
St. John Fisher in the red zone this year, 63% defensively. Westminster allowing their opponents to succeed 72% of the time. 2nd down and goal from the 5. Man in motion to the far side. Here's the handoff. It's Chambers, has nothing. At the 5-yard line, a flag comes in after no gain on the play. Well, we'll see what this officiating crew, led by referee Chris McNally, has to say about this, Emory. The tackler was Rich Ellerby. Still getting this sort out. And here's Chris McNally. So it's a personal foul against Westminster. Half the distance to the goal, automatic 1st down.
Yeah, the offense is already out there. The opposing team is out there trying to beat you, number one. You can't then join the party by beating yourself. So these penalties, especially this close to the goal line, is not what you want to see to start the football game.
Well, it's a 1st and goal now from the 3. St. John Fisher looking to take an early lead here in the James Lina Bowl. 8:43 remaining in the opening quarter. 3 receivers right, 1 left. The tailback is James Chambers, who has 9 touchdowns this year. Here's the snap, the give to Chambers. Hesitates, pushing the pile forward, and he's short of the goal line. Maybe got to the 2, but he's well shy of scoring, so it's a 2nd down and goal.
Yeah, I love what I'm seeing right now from the Titans' defensive front. They're not giving any ground in a running game. They're going to make it tough for St. John Fisher to move the football on the ground. Everything they're going to get, and what they have gotten so far, has come from the short to quick passing game.
Ellaby with the tackle. Got maybe a half a yard there, so it's 2nd down and a goal. 3 receivers left, 1 right. St. John Fisher looking to take the lead. Nathan, pump fake. Throws it over the middle, caught in the end zone, touchdown. St. John Fisher takes a 6-0 lead. Taylor Byrne with his 2nd touchdown reception of the year with 7:52 remaining in the opening quarter.
That's a good veteran throw right there by Matt Nathan, a 6'4", 245-pound senior. You see right there scanning left to right. First option taken away, second option taken away. Goes back to his 3rd option, receiver crossing the middle of the field. Touchdown number 80. That's a great job by Tyler Byrne.
Extra point forthcoming. Michael Burton, freshman kicker, out of a hold of Caton. Kick is up, and it is through, and St. John Fisher takes a 7-0 lead. What impressed you most about that drive?
Just the patience of Matt Nate. I mean, again, that's senior leadership right there. Just taking what the defense gives him. The running game wasn't working, so they relied heavily on the passing game, and he was just finding the open guy, short pass here or there, then taking the timely shot in the intermediate area with a tight end on a pop pass, and then coming back to his third option on a touchdown. So that's a great drive, great opening drive by St. John Fisher. And you see right here, 7:52 left in the first quarter. That's exactly what you want. You essentially taking away half the game, half the quarter already from Westminster.
Oh, Westminster now will get its first crack as St. John Fisher. Impressed me most about that drive, Emory, the fact that St. John Fisher was only 35% on third downs during the regular season, and boom, 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 they get big plays on third downs.
And this is where preparation comes into play. You have to credit the coaching staff, getting these guys ready to play, explaining the importance of staying on the field and sustaining drives. So third down offense is key, and that's something they really can check off their box early on in this matchup.
Well, Fisher will kick off with a 7-0 lead. End over red kick. It's short. Bentley will play it on the bounce. With a head of steam, has room to go. Bentley out to the sideline, being chased. He could go. Bentley heading towards the end zone. He will be in. Touchdown.
That's a great answer right there by Westminster. Bentley did a great job, and you'll see on the replay how he gave the kicker a little bit of a dead leg, kind of hesitated right quick, cutting back inside, freezing him at the point right there when he was about to make the tackle, and was able to outrun him to the end zone. Great answer by Westminster. Awesome job. You see right here as he breaks through, great blocking, gives the kicker the dead leg, freezes him just a second, which gives him enough space to take it the distance.
Demetrius Bentley taking it to the house. At Westminster, an opportunity to tie with an extra point right here.
It's a heck of a run by the sophomore, 6 feet 190.
Here's the extra point attempt by Justin Dahl. Snap is clean. Kick is good. And we're tied up at 7. Boy, that's some response.
I mean, that's a lot of speed right there, being able – when you're that fast of a player, you want him on the kickoff return team. He's from the state of Florida, so that explains why he has that southern speed, was able to hesitate again, fake out the kicker, give him just enough space to score. And this is the type of answer you want from a football team. So a lot of times guys on those long sustained drives, you see a team kind of hang their heads a little bit. Westminster comes right back out, runs back the ensuing kickoff, and ties his ball game up.
Dream Seat, the official branded furniture partner, and Seating Solutions, the official stadium seating partner of the ECAC, can help you add new branding and revenue-generating opportunities to your athletic facilities with their patented interchangeable logo furniture and bleach air stadium seats that provide new comfort and professionalism. For more information, please reach out to the national representative for the ECAC, Matt Sobel, at 631-656-1066, extension 27, or by email at msobel@dreamseat.com. That's MSOBEL at dreamseat.com. Dahl will kick off, and Chambers will await for St. John Fisher. They have a ball game here, 7-7, 7:40 remaining in the opening quarter of the James Lyon Bowl. ECAC Division III Bowl Championships here with our PAC Network crew, led by our producer Alec Palmer on ECACSports.tv. Seth Cantor and Emory Hunt with you on a beautiful fall morning, which is turning into afternoon in New England. Little wind out there. Looks like Dahl is kicking into the wind right now. Chambers, because of that, stands at the 15. He's not too far away. Dahl with a short end over end kick right into the wind. Take it outside the 15 by Chambers. Trying to find his way. Tackled at the 30-yard line. So that's where St. John Fisher will start. Very similar to where they started on their first drive.
And hopefully they can come out and replicate the same success they had on that first drive. Again, now what you want to start to see is St. John Fisher get the ground game going. If they can do that along with their passing game, it bodes well for their chances to have success.
Well, the Fisher offense comes out. They scored on a touchdown pass from Matt Nathan to Taylor Byrd. Nathan with 16 touchdown passes on the year. Only 6 interceptions. That's the third fewest in the Empire 8. Doesn't light up the score sheet in terms of yards as Chambers gets the tackle, sweep, and he stopped at the 32, gain of 2. He doesn't light up the stat sheet in terms of yards, but what he is efficient. 16 touchdowns to just 6 interceptions this year.
And that was a great job by that linebacker, Matt Quinn, our spotlight player of this game to keep an eye on. Did a great job going sideline to sideline and stopping that play for a minimal gain.
Matt Quinn, the President's Athletic Conference first teamer. Tied for the league lead in forced fumbles, 103 tackles, 13 tackles for loss, and 2 picks. A terrific season indeed. 2nd and 7 for St. John Fisher. Nathan out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, 3-step drop, over the middle. The catch is made. Up to the 40-yard line and driven back for Fisher was Wyatt Staley, the tight end. We'll see if he got enough on forward progress. Little extracurricular activity down there. Chains haven't moved yet, but I see the dial down flashing a 1. Chain gang hasn't followed suit yet, though. Now they say first down, so Staley got enough.
Yeah, Quinn right there looked a little iffy in coverage. Couldn't decide whether or not he should close in on that tight end, and gave Staley enough room to catch the football and then make the play and power his way for the first down right there. Great job by Staley.
6:32 remaining. In the opening quarter, we're tied up at 7 here in the James Lina Bowl, ECAC Division III Bowl Championships. Nathan takes the snap, looks left, throws left, has a man down the left sideline out of the reach of his intended receiver. That was James Chambers, the running back, coming out of the backfield. Chambers can be a threat in terms of catching the ball, has 12 catches for 150 yards and a touchdown this year as a receiver.
And that's why they matched him up with Justin Shaw, the outside linebacker, 6 feet, 195, from Monaca, Pennsylvania. Central Valley High School did a great job walling him off, keeping him on the sideline to where Nathan had nowhere to throw that football.
2nd and 10. St. John Fisher at its own 41-yard line. Westminster creeping up in the box. Here's the snap. Evading the tackler was Stromolo. However, unable to get much there. Stopped at the line of scrimmage, no gain, 2nd down.
You're not going to have success as a running back if you have to make 2 guys miss before you get to the line of scrimmage. That was a great job of pursuit by that Westminster defense. The Titans right now, with their run fits and the way they're getting off blocks, are doing a great job versus the running game.
C.J. Armstrong with the tackle. So it's the 3rd down and 10. St. John Fisher at its own 41-yard line. We're tied up at 7. Taylor Byrne with a touchdown reception from Matt Nathan, but Bentley with a return for Westminster right after that kickoff. And we're tied up at 7. 3rd down and 10 from the 41. Nathan fires, pass complete. First down, St. John Fisher, Nagolian into positive territory. Nice play, Nathan to Nagolian threading the needle.
Nathan is showing a lot of plus-level traits right now from the quarterback position. You see right here on the replay, standing in the face of pressure, knows he's going to get hit, and delivers a strike. That's a perfect pass, a perfectly placed pass down the sideline by Nathan. Excellent drive going on right now by St. John Fisher.
C.J. Armstrong with the tackle. Nathan got by Todd Jeter, the cornerback there. 1st down and 10, Fisher at the 40-yard line of Westminster. 3 receivers right. Here's the handoff. Stromolo takes it, gets through a tackle, driven right back, but they'll mark his forward progress at the 37-yard line, so it's a gain of 3.
And even though the run game may not be having, quote-unquote, a lot of success right now, you still want to hammer it because the attempts are what's most important, because that allows your play-action passing game to then have a lot of success. You saw early on in that first drive, the pop pass was open because, again, they hammer home the run game, and the attempts are what's most important.
Ian Matson with the tackle. 2nd and 7, Fisher. Cardinals at the Westminster 37. We're tied at 7. Nathan gets out of pressure, throws it right into the ground. Incomplete. The intended receiver was Justin DiBernardo, a sophomore, so it's a 3rd and 7.
And Nathan almost outthought himself on that play. Wanted to run. He probably should have taken off for a few yards. Instead, he throws an incomplete pass, but got caught in that decision right there as he was taking off. Let me just get rid of it right there in front of the receiver.
James Chambers will come out. Stromolo come back in. Steve Stromolo, 4 touchdowns on the ground this year for St. John Fisher. 3rd down and 7, Cardinals looking to take the lead on this drive. Nathan out of the gun once again. Defenders creeping up for Westminster. 3-step drop. Nathan fires. Incomplete. The intended receiver was Derek Boland. Overthrew him. That brings up a 4th down and 7 from the 37. Fisher out of field goal range here, so they'll have to punt.
Yeah, accuracy is determined by your lower body as a quarterback, and you saw Naden's feet was all out of place, all out of whack. He wasn't stable, couldn't step into that throw because of the pressure, and it forced an errant pass, and now we have these guys punting on 4th down.
Brandon Fuentes will punt. Cody Allward will wait the return at the 11-yard line. Here's the kick. High spiraling kick. Fair catch called for, and Allward runs out of bounds. So Westminster will start deep in their own territory. Now there's a flag on the play as well. See referee Chris McNally. It's against Westminster. Oh, there was an offsides at Westminster. The penalty was declined, though. And the Titans will start deep in their own territory. We're tied up at 7. The Westminster offense hasn't been on the field yet, so we'll give you their offensive starters. They scored on the Bentley return for the touchdown after the St. John Fisher score. Paul Colombo, starting quarterback, 6 foot, 195 pounds, the sophomore from Boca Raton, Florida. He'll operate out of the shotgun. 972 yards, 8 touchdowns, 10 picks. He could run the ball, though. 355 yards on the ground this year and 4 touchdowns. Here's the handoff. Dominique McKinley off tackle right side out to the 10-yard line. So a gain of 3 on the play. McKinley, the tailback, who's had a terrific season. 1,148 yards, 115 yards per game, 6 touchdowns. He's joined by Javon Hardy in the receiving corps. Cody Allward, a wide receiver as well. Mike Frankowski, the tight end. Benjamin Walter, Betty, as his teammates call him, a fullback. As up to the 20-yard line goes the fullback, Walter, and that's a Westminster first down. It's actually Frankowski, excuse me. Not a first down. McKinley outside the 25 to the 27-yard line as we take a look at the Westminster keys to the game.
And it's important for the Titans to start to hit those passing plays early. You saw the pop pass early on in this drive, so that's a great thing. 3rd down defense, we talked about this earlier. They haven't had a lot of success so far in this ball game, and they have to get established first. Do what you do best, and that's what got you here, running the football, operating off play action, playing sound defense, and that's how you are able to win this ball game.
McKinley with the sweep outside the 30-yard line up to the 33. Gain of 6 yards on the play. The Westminster offensive line looks like this. Nick Fiorentino, Vincent Nurtai, Dylan Hogue, the setter. On the right side, Colin Reese and Brian Kaufman. That rounds out the offensive line. St. John Fisher, they run a nickel. They go with 5 defensive backs. We'll give you their starters as there's a holding call on Westminster. A 10-yard penalty. And we'll do 2nd down all over again. We'll give you the St. John Fisher defense. Jordan Andrews, Jake Kulik are the defensive ends. Randall Marcellus, the nose guard. The linebackers, Chris Smith, David Carroll, Brandon Miller. At the corners, Brandon Fuentes, Alec Mortellaro. The safeties, Seth Billington, Jeff Carlin, and Devin Mullins. Now it's 2nd down and 12 for Westminster. Flag on the play. Colombo throws out to the sideline. Well incomplete, intended for Cody Allward. But again, another flag. It was thrown at the 19. We've seen a lot of laundry here. Offsides on St. John Fisher. That's a 5-yard penalty, so a 2nd and 12 now goes to a 2nd and 7.
That's always tough because you're standing right there by the football. You have to just stay disciplined, and I know you want to be aggressive. I know you want to get after the quarterback and get after the running back, but you have to, again, watch the football. You're standing right there along the line of scrimmage. Got to get lined up properly.
2nd down for Westminster. Colombo out of the shotgun, 2 receivers, right, 1 left. Here's the snap, and the handoff goes to Dominique McKinley. And McKinley up to the 32-yard line, and that's good for a first down.
Nice inside zone run right there by McKinley, 6'1", 210, a sophomore from Greensburg, Pennsylvania. Outstanding football player, getting inside on the run, helping his team move the sticks.
No huddle, and the quick give goes for about a yard. So it's a second down and long. The carry by Dominique McKinley, fifth in the President's Athletic Conference with 115 yards per game on the ground this year. Also catch the ball out of the backfield, too. Here's a pass in the flat. McKinley, the running back, as mentioned. First down and more. McKinley, it's a positive territory inside the 40, and he's tackled at the 38-yard line of St. John Fisher. Dominique McKinley with a terrific reception and yards after the catch, first down.
And he's a lumberer down the field. He's not the fastest guy, but a guy that definitely will strike fear in the hearts of secondary players. You see right here, making one miss, hurdling his own defender, and getting the first down.
There's a fastball slant pass, and it's caught by Cody Allward, the 5'8" senior wide receiver from Pittsburgh.
And this is what we talked about, getting the passing game going early, hitting those passing plays early. It builds your confidence as a quarterback, so that way you then can rely on it later on in the game.
Westminster driving for the lead. Here's a quick slant out to the sideline, and the catch is made by Demetrius Bentley. Had the kickoff return for the touchdown, and there's a Westminster first down. They're driving now.
And what you see Colombo doing is putting the football in the hands of his playmakers quick, allowing them to make one miss and get first downs. And they're chewing up the yardage right now against this St. John Fisher defense.
David Carroll with the tackle for the Cardinals. First and 10, Westminster from the 16-yard line. Running the curl around the line is Jordan Edwards. He's into the end zone. Touchdown.
Excellent play by Jordan Edwards right there. And then, again, another Florida guy with a lot of speed and quickness. You saw the difference in pace and difference in explosiveness once he got the football, got outside, made one miss in the hole, and walked into the end zone.
Edwards, his second touchdown run of the year at Westminster, has a 13-7 lead. The scoreboard says St. John Fisher 13, Westminster 7, but now the change is made. That was a terrific drive by the Titans, as the extra point coming from Justin Dahl. The snap is clean. The kick right through. And Westminster has a 14-7 lead. What impressed you most about that Titans drive?
Well, the fact that they were converting third downs. They did a great job with the passing game. You see right here, outstanding run by Edwards, making that guy miss in the hole. And now you have two touchdowns, one by Marvin Liberice, the outstanding returner from Lake Worth, Florida. And you also look at Jordan Edwards from Florida City, Coral Reef High School. So the two Floridians are making their presence felt here in New England in this bowl game.
UAID is the official hydration and performance partner of the 2015 ECAC Division III Football Championships. UAID is changing the game with sports-specific performance formulas for soccer, football, basketball, baseball, and softball. Visit their location here at a Root Field for a free sample today. And learn more at playbetter.com. That's play-better.com. BU, play better. Now Westminster has a 14-7 lead, waning moments here of the first quarter.
Yeah, and what you want to start to see the Cardinals do on this drive, I know I echoed the point early on about running the football, and that's going to be key because we know at some point when you throw the football, three things can happen, and two of them are bad. So you want to make sure you get that ground game going and start to establish yourself a little bit more up front physically against this Westminster defense.
Dahl will kick off. Chambers back to return for St. John Fisher. 1:51 remaining here in the first quarter. Seth Cantor at Emory Hunt with you. The James Lyon Bowl Championship between Westminster and St. John Fisher. A good game to start. Dahl with a high, short, end-over-end kick. That'll be fielded at the 15-yard line. To the 20-yard line. It's Brandon Fuentes, who's run out of bounds at the 32.5. So St. John Fisher will start just outside the 30, their third offensive possession of this game. They trail 14-7.
I feel like we've seen a lot of points in this game, but it's really just 14-7. But great offensive play so far by both squads, moving the football up and down the field. And you have to credit the Titans' defense stiffening in the red zone and forcing a punt. On the plus side of the 40 and forcing a punt. So we'll see what St. John Fisher can do on their third drive in his first quarter.
1:42 remaining first quarter. Fisher averaging 29 points per game this year, 7th in the 9-team Empire 8, 350 yards of total offense per game, 7th in the league. Westminster defensively just 258 yards allowed. That's tops in the President's Athletic Conference. Here's the curl around the line, nothing for Bobby Campinzi, the wide receiver who took the carry. He's dropped at the 30, so that's actually a loss of 2.
Yeah, great job stringing out that jet sweep. Again, when you're playing with assignment, you're playing assignment sound football, you're playing with aggressiveness, you know your assignment, you're doing what you're supposed to do. You make plays like that in the backfield.
1:15 remaining, opening quarter. St. John Fisher with the ball, trailing 14-7. Their touchdown came out of Matt Nathan to Nathan Nagolian pass earlier in the quarter. Nathan, pump fake, back pedals. Here comes the pressure, fires a pass over the middle, almost intercepted. Stepping in was Gator Phillips, the defensive back, and he almost picked that ball off. St. John Fisher catching a break.
Yeah, you love the pocket presence right there by Nathan, but you have to make better decisions with the football. You don't want to cost your team, especially on this side of the football field. Right there, pump fake. First option wasn't open. He's finding someone to get open. Finally, someone breaks free, but by you holding the football that long, you then allow the defensive back to come back and make a play, and that was another job, a great job, by Gator Phillips.
59 seconds left. Derek Boland, the wide receiver, comes in. Well as Taylor Byrd. We have an official's timeout right here.
And Gator Phillips is a junior from Deland, Florida. And again, you see a lot of guys, and Westminster is located in Pennsylvania, but you've seen a ton of guys from Florida on this football team.
They definitely have that presence. Westminster, just outside of Pittsburgh, about equidistant between Pittsburgh and Cleveland. We have a bit of a delay here, it looks like. Marvin Liberstay, the quarterback, is adjusting something with his shoe. And see a timeout called by either team here. Didn't see an injury either. Both teams back onto the field. So it's a 3rd down and 12 now for the Cardinals. Trailing 14-7.
It's a great opportunity to attack deep down the field right here. Want to see a nice vertical shot by the Cardinals.
Nathan out of the shotgun. Westminster with a stop here could get the ball back with good field position. Fisher trails 14-7. Nathan takes the low snap. Here comes the pressure. Gets off the pass. Throws. Incomplete. Oh, he felt the pressure. Pass was intended for Nathan Nagolian across the 50-yard line, so the Cardinals will have to punt.
And he put that football in between 2 of his receivers. I guess one was running a seam, one was running the streak down the sideline, but you love the toughness of Nathan standing tall in the pocket, taking a shot, and trying to deliver a strike down the field. You see right here on a replay, 2 receivers within the same area, and the ball just falls right in between.
Donikowski with the pressure. Oh, Cody Allward and Ryan Kohler back to return this punt. It's a fake punt. Here goes Fuentes down the left sideline being chased. Hit, dives towards the stick. I don't think he got the first down. Let's see. He needed to get across the 40-yard line, just shy of the 40-yard line. Westminster pointing to their side of the field. Valiant effort by Fuentes. A risky play deep in your own territory. And it is Westminster football. So St. John Fisher unable to execute the fake punt.
Well, what's interesting about Fuentes is he's a returner as well, so it's not out the norm to see him try to take off and run because, again, he has the return ability. He is the kickoff returner for the Cardinals, but risky call like you said, and, again, if you're going to take that gamble, you better be completely sure that they're bailing back on that punt. They didn't. They stayed at home. Again, great assignment sound football team right here in Westminster doing a great job in stopping him short of the first.
What a leap by Fuentes. Not your traditional punter either, like you said, a quarterback, so he's used to contact. Colombo out of a shotgun for Westminster after the failed fake punt attempt. Here's a quick slant out to the right side, incomplete. Well, that was a catchable ball right there. The pass was intended for Javon Hardy, a 6'3" wide receiver, 2nd down.
But you like Colombo just getting in a groove and a rhythm early on throwing the football. The short passes have been there all day for Westminster, so he's doing a great job just getting the football out of his hands quickly and helping keeping this offense on pace. Drop right there by the receiver, but a good job nonetheless just getting the football, finding the opening guy.
2nd down and 10 Westminster at the Cardinals' 40-yard line. Here's the handoff curling. Outside the line is Dominique McKinley, and he's met with contact at the 37-yard line, a gain of 3.
Now you're in 3rd and long, so you want to see what they dial up offensively. to get this first down. Everything has been short. It has been slightly intermediate within the passing game. Can he do enough to convert on on third down with a deeper pass?
DJ Lagery with the tackle. 3rd down and 7 Westminster at the St. John Fisher 37. Outside of field goal range, Dahl's range starts at the 23-yard line. His longest this year is 40. Westminster on 3rd downs this year, 37%, 6th in the President's Athletic Conference. Fisher on 3rd downs, allowing their opponents just 32% success. That's 2nd in the Empire 8. And that ends the first quarter as time winds down. Good start to this ball game. ECAC Division III Bowl Championships, the James Lina Bowl, Westminster 14, St. John Fisher 7. We'll step aside and return for the second quarter. You're watching ECAC football on ECACsports.tv. We're back at a root field, Central Connecticut State University, Game 3 of this 6-game weekend. Seth Cantor and Emory Hunt with you. Good one to start. Westminster 14, St. John Fisher 7. What do you take away from that first quarter?
Well, excellent offensive and defensive output by both teams. They're moving the football at ease. Defensively, they're getting stops. I like what I've seen so far by Westminster's defense in the run game department. St. John Fisher, I think they're doing a solid job throwing the football. You want to see their ground game get going. For Westminster, you want to see how well they can start to incorporate their own ground game. They've had some issues as well. So, exciting first quarter. Looking forward to see what they have in store for this second one.
Jordan Edwards in at running back for Westminster. They have a 14-7 lead. 3rd down and 7 as they switch sides of the field. Colombo takes the snap. Here comes the pressure. Trying to get out of that pressure. Staying upright. Now he's going to take off towards the sideline. He can run, loses the ball. It's dove on at the 26-yard line. St. John Fisher says they have it. Let's see what the call is. The umpire, Mike Pirro, comes in. I haven't seen a signal yet. Westminster saying that they held on to the ball.
It looked like he had the ball while he was out of bounds. So it looks, it's going to remain over there.
Well, Colombo got enough.
It's a great effort. This is the advantage of having a guy back there at quarterback that has mobility. He gets you out of trouble like he just did in that, avoiding that sack and getting the first down. He fumbles the football, but good for him. He touched it while he was out of bounds, which means it remains in the possession of Westminster.
1st down and 10. Titans with the ball, an opportunity to make this a 2-score game. Tight end right, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Colombo out of the shotgun. Here's the handoff. It goes to Dominique McKinley. Trying to sneak through a block. Gets about 2 as he's taken down at the 28-yard line. It's actually about a yard, so it's a 2nd and long.
Yeah, it looks as though when you look at their backfield and what they bring to the table, McKinley is your power hammer, and they bring in Edwards, who's your speed guy, coming in to make things happen.
Play action. Rolling out is Colombo, being chased, has nothing. Well, he was forced out of bounds by Jake Kulik, defensive lineman, forced down by Jake Kulik. So gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Actually a loss of a yard on that play. 3rd down and 10.
Again, another opportunity to see what they can bring to the table in the passing game. On that other 3rd and long, St. John Fisher did a great job keeping these guys at bay. Nice shift here.
Audible at the line. 3rd down and 10. Colombo takes the snap. Has time. He's going to run. Colombo across the 25. Dives at the 22-yard line. Not enough for the first down. Gain of 7 on the play. He needed 10.
It's a great job by that secondary of the Cardinals, doing an excellent job taking away all the options. There was literally no one to go to on that play, so Colombo just did the next best thing and just take off running, get as much as he could.
Now this is in Justin Dahl's range. Again, we said that Dahl need to start from the 23-yard line. Longest kick this year is 40. Well, right now Westminster at the 22, so this is a 39-yard kick. Angled to the right. Play clock down to 3. It's a fake. Here's Colombo racing out of the pocket and taken down at the 36-yard line. So that time, Westminster goes for the trickery. St. John Fisher, they don't take the bait, and the Cardinals will get the ball back.
Excellent job by the Cardinals staying alert on special teams. Too many times you see guys fall asleep. Bad snap forced that decision right there by Westminster, but excellent job staying at home by St. John Fisher. Great stop and a crucial one so far in this game.
DJ Lagery with the tackle, and now the Cardinals get the ball back down 14-7. What do you think of the call there?
I mean, it wasn't the call necessarily, more so than a bad snap, and you had to hurry up and make a choice because St. John Fisher was coming hard off the edge.
Nathan, quick slant out to the sideline, and the catch made by Taylor Byrne. So Byrne with the reception to the 37-yard line, gain of 4 yards on the play.
That's a great way to open the drive, coming in, getting a short pass, making it 2nd and 6. That's exactly what you want offensively. That puts you in positive position.
Todd Jeter with the tackle, quarterback from Monroeville, Pennsylvania, has 5 interceptions this year, so he's a threat out of the secondary. 2nd down and 6. Nathan has time, staying in the pocket, has all day, throws it deep downfield, just out of the reach of Nathan Nagolian. Little bit past him, good coverage out there as well. That time Nathan going for the home run. He already hit Nagolian early on for a reception, and Nagolian unable to reel it in, so it's a 3rd down and 6.
And Nagolian did a great job on that route, creating separation from the under defender by also walling off the guy on the outside, which gave him enough space to have Nathan trust to throw that football deep down the field. That was a perfect throw, just a bit out of the reach. You like to see Nagolian make an effort by laying out for that pass, but it's a good throw by Nathan, a good route by Nagolian, just couldn't execute properly.
Derek Boland back in as a wide receiver. 3rd down and 6. St. John Fisher at its own 37-yard line. Whistle blows. And St. John Fisher called a timeout, so they'll have 2 left. Max's Pizza is simply the best and has been catering to the Bristol area since 1976. They're located at 79 Shuttle Meadow Avenue at New Britain, 225 Stafford Road in Burlington, and 108 Stafford Road in Bristol. The New Britain location is in a great area. And good news for Central Connecticut students as they accept the Blue Chip card. Please visit any of their locations throughout the weekend and mention you're in attendance at the ECAC Football Championships for a special offer. Max Pizza. 12:03 remaining. 2nd quarter, Westminster 14, St. John Fisher 7. After the timeout, Fisher will have the 3rd down and 6 at their own 37-yard line. First quarter stats, St. John Fisher with 108 yards of offense. Westminster with 100. McKinley, 22 rushing yards for Westminster. Not much on the ground for St. John Fisher. Nathan, 9 of 14 in the first quarter for 85 yards, and Colombo 4 of 5 for 62. On 3rd downs, Fisher 4 of 6. Westminster hasn't attempted one yet. Nathan forced out of the pocket, thrown way out of bounds.
Yeah, so far in this ball game for Westminster, we've seen a lot of 2-man, which is 2 safeties back deep, man coverage underneath, and a lot of cover 1 safety back deep, man coverage underneath. They've done a great job in just matching up body for body, pound for pound with these receivers of the Cardinals.
Just a correction, I should say Westminster 1 of 2 on 3rd downs in the game. So Fuentes will punt. Back to return for Westminster, Cody Allward and Ryan Kohler. Good snap, Fuentes, a high spiraling kick, fair catch called for at the 34-yard line. And that's where Westminster will start after Ryan Kohler calls for the fair catch with 11:52 remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Westminster a 14-7 lead. Bentley with a kickoff return for a touchdown, and Edwards with a reception, and that's how Westminster has scores. But it started with Matt Nathan for St. John Fisher to Taylor Byrne for the first score of the game.
Yeah, and you look at the passing game right here for Westminster. I felt as though on that last drive they didn't have a lot of success, and so that's something you want to see them work on this drive. Try to get that passing game, that passing rhythm back going like they did on their first drive in which they scored.
McKinley Curls outside the line, has room to run, crosses the 45 and tackled. Just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line, a gain of 15 yards on the play. First down, Westminster.
They outflanked St. John Fisher on that play. Love when they get those offensive linemen on the move. And you saw an excellent job on McKinley getting upfield. I think that's his best run of the day.
First down and 10. Audible at the line. Colombo directing traffic. Here's the snap. Sweep outside. McKinley crosses midfield into positive territory. And he's tackled at the 40-yard line, or say just shy of the 40-yard line. However, enough for a first down. That moves the chains.
That play worked because Brian Kaufman, the outstanding tackle, the right tackle, 6'4", 298 junior out of New Wilmington, Pennsylvania, did a great job sealing the edge.
Brandon Miller with the tackle for St. John Fisher. Pass incomplete. That was intended on the near side for Demetrius Bentley out of the backfield, so it's a second down and 10. Westminster 8-2 during the regular season, 7-1 in the President's Athletic Conference. Head coach Scott Benzel in his second season, 12-8 record as the head coach of this program. Second down and 10, Westminster at the St. John Fisher 40-yard line. Colombo's going to take it himself, and he's dropped at the 36. That's a gain of 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, safety Jeffrey Carlin did a great job flying up in the alley and making that one-on-one stop. That's tough to do versus a mobile quarterback like Colombo. So a great stop right there by the Cardinals.
St. John Fisher, they've been solid on third downs in this game, 57%, 4 of 7. Colombo takes the snap in the pocket, dumps it over the middle of the field, and the catch made. First down for Westminster. A nice play by Bentley. Running back again out of the backfield. First down, Titans.
Well, good job by Colombo just going through his options, surveying the field, and finding a guy standing right over the center for the completed pass.
Jeffrey Carlin with the tackle. Well, 4 receivers. Colombo out of the shotgun again. 4 down linemen for St. John Fisher. Westminster a 14-7 lead. Option. Colombo's going to take it himself. He can run down to the 5. Touchdown! Oh, we spoke about the running prowess of the quarterback, Paul Colombo. And there's his 5th rushing touchdown of the year, and Westminster has a 20-7 lead.
The one thing that's tough to account for is the mobile quarterback because, again, it makes it an 11-on-11 game. St. John Fisher did a great job at matching up elsewhere on the edges. They had everyone covered, but they couldn't account for the guy with the football, the quarterback, as he sprinted through the middle of the field and walked in for the touchdown.
It's all on to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Colombo. Kick is on its way, and it's good. And Westminster has a 21-7 lead. To you, what characterizes the Titans' success right now?
Well, they've done a lot of the little things well. They've blocked well up front in the running game. They've done a great job in just getting open from a receiver standpoint. Defensively, they've gotten off the field in the second quarter, and I think overall they've played a clean game. Not a lot of penalties on Westminster's side.
Now it's a 2-score game. Just to recap this one for you, St. John Fisher took a 7-0 lead just inside the 8-minute mark in the first quarter. Taylor Byrne caught a 2-yard touchdown pass from Matt Nathan. Extra point was good. Then Bentley on the ensuing kickoff, a 90-yard return for a touchdown. That extra point by Dahl went through. Tied the game at 7. And the next Westminster score came late in the first quarter. Jordan Edwards' 16-yard run. The extra point was converted. And Paul Colombo, a 24-yard touchdown run with the extra point going through. And Westminster has put its stamp on this game. They lead 21-7. What does Fisher need to do in your mind to get back into this one?
Well, they just have to play St. John Fisher football. You look at that first drive. What they did well was, again, convert on third downs. If they can continue to sustain drives, just like we mentioned in the opener, I think they'll put themselves right back in this ball game. I don't think they're out of it, so to speak, but they have to get back to what they've done well in the first quarter. Again, converting on third downs, doing a great job running the football. In the second quarter, if they can combine the two parts of their offense, I think they'll be fine.
Dahl will kick off. Back to return for St. John Fisher is Bone, Chambers, and Fuentes. Well, Dahl gets a leg under it. High end overhead kick. Chambers fields just shy of the 15-yard line. Going with a head of steam across the 25 to the 35, out past the 40-yard line. So St. John Fisher will get good field position to start this one. You know, it's interesting with Fuentes because he's the punter. Rarely do you see a punter, a returner, and a cornerback Same guy. That's rare.
It says a lot about his athleticism. I'd be interested to find out more about his background. He probably has a soccer background, probably has a baseball background where he played a lot of positions. And if you're a guy, 9 times out of 10, a lot of people don't know, man, your punters are probably some of your best athletes on the football team, just like your offensive linemen. People take that for granted, but it's not surprising to see a guy out here doing multiple things and having success.
Nathan comes out. Taylor Byrne, the near side receiver. In the slot on the left side is Derek Boland. First down and 10, St. John Fisher at its own 40, trailing by 2 scores. Nathan pressured and sacked at the 35-yard line. Well, the pressure from Westminster coming from Nick Cassidy, the defensive end. And St. John Fisher knocked back for a loss.
And although that was a covered sack, great job by the secondary of Westminster, but that's the one thing that has been different from what we saw early on by St. John Fisher. Their offensive line protection is slowly starting to break down. We saw that in the running game. Westminster doing a great job in stopping the run. Now they're starting to get after Nathan. That's a tough thing to do. Tough thing to overcome if you're offense.
Quick slant out to the sideline, or near the sideline, and the catch was made by James Chambers. He was dropped by Miguel Luis. On that last play, Donikowski was also there for Westminster. Three receivers right for Fisher on a third down. Nathan takes the snap. Being pressured, sacked once again. Another sack by Westminster on the play. That time, there were a pair of guys that came in. Ellaby and C.J. Armstrong. And St. John Fisher will have to punt. How about the pass rush of the Westminster Titans, confusing Matt Nathan? Took a couple of sacks on that drive.
You love the quickness of Ellaby getting off that block right down the A-gap, beating the center and the guard, getting through, putting Nathan on the ground. But you also have to credit the secondary. They did a great job in manning up on those wide receivers. If you're going to play man, you're expecting your defensive line to get home, and they've rang that bell often in this ball game.
Fuentes will punt. Allward and Kohler back to return. Fair catch called for just shy of the 45-yard line. So Westminster now will get the ball with good field position. So we spoke about how St. John Fisher had the ball with good field position, but they were unable to do nothing. They lost the battle at the line of scrimmage, and that pass rush by Westminster was terrific.
Yeah, we're starting to see now the pass rush join the party with their run defense. They were getting off blocks early in this ball game, stopping the run. Second quarter, they gave a little bit in the run game, but the pass rush has picked up the pace, and their defense is playing outstanding at every level so far.
So Westminster with a 21-7 lead in this game. 8:24 remaining in the second quarter. James Lineable, ECAC Division III Bowl Championships. Colombo at the 24-yard touchdown run on the last drive, evades a tackler across the 45 to the 47-yard line, a gain of 3.
And their offense right now is keeping the Cardinals off balance defensively. They don't know whether or not they should drop back in coverage or just be a little bit more cognizant of the running quarterback, and that's the one thing, that's the added element that brings you a lot of problems defensively.
David Carroll with the tackle for the Cardinals. Colombo, low throw. Let's see if the ball bounced. Out near the first down marker. The umpire comes in. Hardy says he caught the ball, but it's ruled incomplete.
You want to make that decision easier for the refs. If you're the receiver, just got to get your hands underneath it and pop up with some confidence. If you didn't catch it, you want to at least sell it like you caught it. Pop right up, do the first down marker dance or what have you, and sell that catch if you didn't catch it.
Westminster 2 of 3 on third downs in the game. They have a 21-7 lead. 7:49 remaining here in the first half. 3 receivers left, 1 right. St. John Fisher with 3 down linemen as Chris McNally blows the whistle. Timeout called by Westminster, so they use their first timeout of the half. At Papa John's, we know it's the epic moments that make football so great. Well, now here's something epic you can eat. Up your game with our new Epic Meats Pizza, stacked with pepperoni, Italian sausage meatballs, hickory smoked bacon, and Canadian bacon. Just $12 for a large. Better ingredients, better pizza. PapaJohns.com. Limited time offer, not valid with any other coupons or discounts. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary. Additional toppings and taxes extra. Limited time meatball contains ingredients for retention of shape. 7:49 remaining here in the first half. Westminster 21, St. John Fisher 7. Seth Cantor and Emory Hunt in the midst of the Titans timeout.
I think if you're a St. John Fisher in this ball game, what you have to do, you're starting to get gashed by the mobile quarterback. I think the best thing to do is get pressure down at A and B gap. That's in between the guards and the centers. You don't want him to get outside, so you play contain on the outside, but getting a lot of pressure on the inside, and that forces him to stay within the pocket and deliver the football and increases your chances of getting him on the ground.
3rd down and 7 for Westminster. They're at their own 47-yard line. 5 defensive backs for St. John Fisher. They run out of the nickel as Colombo out of the gun. Here comes the pressure. Hanging in. Stays with it. Races out of the pocket. Being chased near the sideline. Throws incomplete. Fired it out to the left sideline. The pass was intended for Bentley again out of the backfield. He'll line up as a receiver at times. St. John Fisher, they hold, and Westminster will have to punt.
And that was a great job right there by the defensive line, getting contained pressure like I just talked about. They did a great job in clogging up the outside, forcing him to flush to his weak side. He's a right-handed quarterback. They forced him to roll out to his left where he's uncomfortable, forced an error pass, and now they're out there punting.
Fuentes and Nagolian to return for St. John Fisher. Here's the punt. Good kick. Fuentes fumbled the ball. It's loose on the ground. Sea of Humanity, and Westminster comes up with the ball. And they'll have terrific field position, and the ball comes loose once again. Now Fuentes lost control of the ball. Westminster picked it up quickly. Now the officials have some things to sort out right here, but if Westminster gets the ball where they are right now, they'll have terrific field positions. And Chris McNally, the official, officially saying Westminster football at a costly mistake by Fuentes.
Yeah, you can't do too much if you're Fuentes on that play. Just catch the football, secure the catch. He tried to make a running catch. I commend him for trying to make a play for his offense, but you just put your defense back on the field and you created an entire problem for your football team. You try to run up and catch that football, and you can't advance a muff punt, so that's why we see the ball marked back at the 32-yard line. I'm sorry, the 28-yard line.
Matt Quinn, Miguel Luis were there for Westminster. Oh, now it's a 1st down and 10. Titans at the St. John Fisher 27-yard line, leading 21-7. The snap running outside. No, it's going to be Colombo. I bit on the fake as well. Thought it was going to McKinley, but it was an option for the quarterback. Colombo takes it out near the sideline at a good chunk of yards on 1st down.
They're doing a great job keeping this Cardinal defense guessing. That zone read, when you're running the football effectively, you have to honor that back in the backfield. So everyone in white jerseys flew to the football and left Colombo wide open.
Here's the handoff. Changing direction is McKinley, and he's dropped at the 25-yard line. So a loss of 4 yards on the play, and now it puts Westminster at a 3rd down and long, but they're in Justin Dahl's range right here.
But still, it'll be a great stop by St. John Fisher to get off the field and force a field goal, perhaps get a sack on this play or a tackle for loss, try to make it even tougher, but they need this defense to respond right now to get a quick stop, a quick 3-and-out for their football team.
I'd say this is the outer edge of Dahl's range. If Westminster doesn't get anything, for him to be comfortable, he'd probably need to get to the 20-yard line. 3rd down and 8 from the 25-yard line. Pro set formation. Colombo hangs in the pocket, fires over the middle, picked off. There was no Westminster receiver in sight. The interception for St. John Fisher, it's David Carroll. So after a Fuentes fumble, which resulted in Westminster retaining possession, this time it's David Carroll with the interception for St. John Fisher, and the Cardinals will get the ball back.
That's exactly what you needed if you're St. John Fisher head coach Paul Vosberg, doing a great job coaching those guys up. No one in sight, like you mentioned. That was just directly thrown to the linebacker. Great turnover, great play. Now if you're St. John Fisher, you want to dial back up what you did in the first quarter and went on that long sustained drive that took up nearly 6 minutes in the first quarter. You have 6 minutes, 24 seconds left in the half. Can they chew this clock up and get points on the board? Would be huge for this football team going into the halftime.
David Carroll from Oneida, New York, with his first interception of the year. Here's Chambers out to the 34-yard line. About a yard gain on the play. 6:15 remaining here in the second quarter. Westminster 21, St. John Fisher 7.
Yeah, going back to that interception, the linebacker just dropped back in his zone. Great job just reading the eyes of the quarterback, stood right in between the receiver and the QB and picked off the pass.
3 receivers near side left. Cardinals trail by 14 points. inside the 6-minute mark, second quarter. Nathan fires a fastball. It's incomplete. That was intended for Nagolian, the 6'3", 215-pound graduate student from Syracuse. Has 7 touchdown receptions on the year, so it's a 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, they try to go with a quick slant right there. And you want Nagolian to help his quarterback out on that play. Get low, use your body as the third hand, and try to secure that catch. That was a catchable pass, albeit low, but you can get down there low enough to where you can make that grab if you're the receiver.
3rd down and 9. St. John Fisher at their own 34-yard line. Only 2 down linemen here. Now Westminster changing its defensive play with 5:48 remaining in the half. Nathan takes the snap. Here comes the pressure. Hangs in, lofts one, incomplete. Boy, that was closer to the defensive back right there. Almost picked off by Liberste. The intended receiver was Derek Boland, and that's a 4th down now for St. John Fisher.
I feel as though Boland lost the football in the air. That was still a play that he could have made, but great job by Liberste doing an excellent job in seeing the football and getting a hand on and disrupting the timing of the play. They only rushed 3 on that play, dropped 8 back in coverage. Great job getting off the field by the Titans.
Allward and Kohler set to return. Fuentes takes a good snap. He'll punt this time. Way too deep in your own territory to try any trickery. Fair catch called for, and Westminster will start just shy of their own 35-yard line.
Well, they had the break they needed for the defense, getting that interception, putting the ball back in the hands of their offensive attack. But we've seen this offense stall ever since that first drive of the game. They haven't done anything offensively, whether it's throwing the football or running the football, and that's a lot of credit that is deserving to Westminster's defense for adjusting and getting these guys off the field and stopping what they want to do offensively.
So Westminster with a 21-7 lead, 5:37 remaining in the second quarter. Demetrius Bentley with a 90-yard kickoff return for a touchdown to tie it up at 7. Then Jordan Edwards with a touchdown run, and Colombo with a 24-yard touchdown run. That accounts for the Westminster scoring. First down. Nice chunky yards up to the 37-yard line. For Westminster was Bentley once again. That cuts it in half, so it's a 2nd down and 5.
One thing I like about Westminster is no surprise that they're having a lot of success up front. They're huge up front along the offensive line. Florentino is a guy that's 6'4", 300 pounds. You look at Colin Reese, 6'4", 310. The right tackle, Brian Kaufman, 6'4", 290. So they got a lot of beef up front.
Single back set, Colombo, quarterback who can run the ball well out of his shotgun. Dominique McKinley gets the call. Not much. Up to the 39-yard line. Gain of just 1 yard on the play.
Yeah, from what it looks like, it looks as if Edwards is a much shiftier runner. Bentley is a much shiftier runner than what they're getting out of McKinley. It seems as though St. John Fisher has had a lot of success stopping McKinley on these inside runs. Now, when they get McKinley out in space, let's say on a counter play or a swing or a flare, he's had success. But running inside, I think the quicker backs give them a lot more of what they want to do.
Jeff Carlin with the tackle on the last play. Here's the snap. Colombo will take it himself, trying to scamper outside of pressure, but gets nothing. Stopped at the line of scrimmage, and that brings up a 4th down for the Titans. St. John Fisher defensively read that play very well.
Yeah, middle linebacker, Brandon Miller, outside backer, did a great job on that play, sniffing that one out, 6'2", 235. Just a great job as a quarterback power play. They try to run it inside. St. John Fisher wasn't fooled and got the stop on 3rd down.
Jacob Schnell back to punt. Nagolian to return along with Fuentes. End over end kick. It bounces. Almost looked like Nagolian was trying to call for a fair catch there. Kind of brought the arm up halfway, but he returns the ball. No flag flies. He's dropped at the 30-yard line, so that's where St. John Fisher will start.
Yeah, you look at their offense, again, not to sound like a broken record, but this is a crucial drive in this ball game. You're only down 14 points, but you're really only down 2 plays, like I like to say. If they can get 1 play here before the half, it goes to help their chances coming out of halftime to help them win this game.
Westminster will get the ball to start the second half. They won the toss and deferred. 1st down and 10. Cardinals, they trail 21-7, 3:35 remaining in the half. 2 timeouts left for each team. Play clock approaching 10. 2 receivers left, 1 right, 3 up front for Westminster. Here comes the pressure. Handoff, Chambers sneaks through a block. Up to the 35-yard line. Nice gain on first down. He picks up 5.
Yeah, really nice gain on first down. 5 yards just makes it second and medium. Now your playbook is completely open. You can take a deep shot down the field. You can run the football. The options are in your favor in this situation.
Gator Phillips, the junior from Florida, with 32 tackles coming into this game, makes the play. 2nd and 5, Fisher at its own 35-yard line. Nagolian lining up to the right side of this time. Fisher going with 3 receivers. 3 minutes remaining, first half. Nathan on the run, throws deep out to the sideline, incomplete. Intended for his wide receiver, Bobby Campisi, the senior from Syracuse. So now it's a 3rd down.
He had a guy staring him in the face, standing at the sticks on the stop route. He decided to go to the deeper flag route, incomplete pass. But what you're seeing a lot of 2-man from Westminster. So you would want to have these crossers called, if you're St. John Fisher, guys running across the field to run away from man coverage. They're trying to go deeper down the field in man coverage, and they don't have the protection to make that happen, which is why you're seeing their passing game not have success.
3rd down and 5 for St. John Fisher. They're 4 of 9 on 3rd downs, 44% for the game. Inside the 3-minute mark, Nathan hangs in, fires over the middle, incomplete. Just out of the reach of the intended receiver, Derek Boland, the junior. Now it's 4th down.
And again, deeper routes versus man coverage, if you don't have the protection to hold up and stand up, it's going to make it tough to complete passes. But that was actually a great throw by Nathan. The receiver had an opportunity to make a play. Perfectly placed pass, just a drop. And the receivers, again, have to start helping out Nathan if they want to have some success offensively.
Fuentes to punt, back to return, Kohler and Allward. Good snap. Fuentes, the high spiraling kick. Fair catch called for at the 34-yard line by Kohler. So Westminster now will start with 2:45 remaining at a half. This could be a very big drive, Emory, because, again, Westminster gets the ball to start the 3rd quarter. You don't want to say that they could put the game out of reach at this point, but if they get a score here, that could go a long way towards them winning this game if they could carry that momentum into the 2nd half.
And we've seen very good defensive stances by the St. John Fisher defense in this ball game. They've helped out their offense. They're going to need their offense to help them out. And this is a big drive, like you mentioned, for Westminster, because quiet as kept, they've stalled a little bit in this 2nd quarter offensively.
McKinley in the backfield on a 1st down and 10. Titans at their own 35-yard line. Man in motion. Here's the handoff. It goes to the wide receiver, Bentley, who we've seen carry the ball numerous times, but he doesn't get any more than a yard on that play. 2nd down.
Yeah, you're not going to outflank St. John Fisher at all. They've played so far with assignment sound football. They played great technique. They were gap sound in that situation. They've strung out that play numerous times in this ball game. So their defense, like I said before, especially within the front 7, has definitely came to play.
William Reichert with the tackle. Nathan, actually, that was Colombo. Quick slant over the middle, caught at the 41-yard line. A gain of 5 yards on the play as Bentley with the reception. The sophomore from Lake Worth, Florida. 2 touchdowns coming into this game. And a kick return, 90 yards for a touchdown earlier on. And now it's a 3rd down and 4.
Big stop here for St. John Fisher if they can get the stop and get the ball back once again for their offense. But if you're Westminster, you may want to take a shot deep downfield. I know I always call for the deep shot down the field, but I feel as though there's an opportunity to catch these guys napping back there in the secondary.
5 receivers. Colombo over the middle, quick slant right to the 1st down marker. This one is going to be very close. It came right over the middle. Bentley made the play. This one's going to depend on the spot. And it's just enough for the 1st down. So great awareness by Demetrius Bentley, knowing where that marker was, caught the ball, went down, and a new set of downs for the Titans.
Now if you're the Titans, you want to pick up the pace a little bit. You want to get on the other side of the 40, give yourself a shot to get points on the board.
Colombo facing pressure. He can run. Pass batted down at the line. Slamming the ball down was Chris Smith, the junior linebacker. 2nd down.
A great play right there by the junior linebacker. Getting in the face of Colombo and just batting the football down. 2nd and 10, 2nd and long, a minute 13 left in the half. Again, you want to pick up this pace, get this thing going, moving down the field. Give yourself a chance for a field goal at least.
2nd down and 10. Westminster at its own 45, leading 21-7 1:13 left in the first half. Colombo takes the snap, fires it over the middle, in and out of the hands of Demetrius Bentley. That was a catchable ball, but it'll go in now as a third down opportunity.
Again, if they stop them here, St. John Fisher gets the football back with 2 timeouts, being able to move the football down the field and a chance to get points on the board. But if you're Westminster, they're facing a zone coverage right now. They're playing a lot of cover 2, in some cover 6 so far. So if they can get a first down, try to fight through the zone, they give themselves a shot.
Titans 3 of 7 on third downs. Movement at the line, flags fly. False start on the offense. If they don't let the play go, usually it's a false start, 5-yard penalty. So that takes a 3rd and 5 and now makes it a 3rd down and 10.
Self-inflicted wounds right here on this drive. You can't have these penalties in a 2-minute situation.
Well, it's a 3rd down and 15, excuse me, so it's got to put them back at the 40. With 1:10 left to go, and 3 penalties in the game for the Titans. 1 for St. John Fisher, that's it. Colombo will take it himself. Trying to get away from the pressure. Across the 45, won't have enough for the first down. Stopped at the 46. That's a gain of 6. Makes it a 4th down and long. And Westminster now will have to punt. On comes the punting unit with Jacob Schnellbach.
Looks like they're going to let the clock run down a bit, but smart defense by St. John Fisher. They really sniffed out this run play by the quarterback. Did a great job taking away his passing options. It looked as if it was a design run call all the way, but that defense, again, getting off blocks and making a tackle and forcing a punt.
Play clock at 14, game clock at 33.
Yeah, they're letting it run down. St. John Fisher won't take a timeout, so they're going to really need Fuentes to make a big play return the punt.
Westminster calls a timeout. They'll have 1 left. Corvius Campus Living is proud to be a premier partner of the ECAC. Corvius Campus Living strives to provide universities across the country with superior campus solutions and providing ECAC member schools with the opportunity to build a dynamic campus environment that all students, fans, and alumni can be proud of. 21 seconds remaining here in the first half. Westminster with the ball. 4th down and 9 after the timeout at their 46. So Schnellbach was on to punt and on to return. For St. John Fisher was Nagolian and Fuentes.
It's been a well-played half, man. I'm very impressed by both teams' defenses. I think they've both stepped up to the plate, played assignment sound. They didn't beat themselves. No big plays in the passing game or the run game so far. Anything that has gotten into the end zone has been well earned, outside of the one special teams blunder, but great defensive play so far by both squads.
Schnellbach takes the snap, not much pressure. Wobbly kick. That's going to take a Westminster bounce. Outside the 35 and the 36-yard line. St. John Fisher comes in and downs it. So 6 seconds remaining in the half. Actually took a St. John Fisher bounce, excuse me. So 6 seconds left in the half, and St. John Fisher starts. See where they mark this. Chris McNally, the official, the referee. His crew trying to get on the same page right here. Regardless, it's going to be, they'll say the 36-yard line with 6 seconds left to go, and St. John Fisher is going to take a knee to end this first half.
Smart decision right here. Just take the knee, get into halftime, regroup, come back out with a brand new game plan and a brand new sense of execution.
First half comes to a close. Westminster 21, St. John Fisher 7. What do you make of the way the first 30 minutes of this game transpired?
A defensive game. You guys are playing active. They're aggressive. They're getting off blocks. They're making plays in space. Offensively, both teams have had their bouts of inconsistency. And in the second half, you want to see which team can string together sustained drives, can string together positive plays offensively and put one in the end zone. And I think that's who will ultimately win the game. But both defenses have played well. Both special teams units have also played well and had a big part in the outcome of this game so far.
We'll step aside right here from a root field The James Lynott Bowl Championship between St. John Fisher College and Westminster College. The Titans hold a 21-7 lead over the Cardinals. We'll be back in just a little bit with a first half recap, and we'll preview the upcoming games, the remaining 3 games, this weekend's championship bowl games. We're back in a little while. You're watching ECAC football on ECACsports.tv.
Corridor will run it this time. Corridor manages to turn the corner, somehow stayed in bounds. He's going down the sideline, tries to cut inside, got a nice block, and he is in for the touchdown.
It is far enough. It's good. Motion. Jones looking to his left, timing play into the corner, and it's intercepted by the Cougars. 15-yard line for the Cougars. As we play overtime. App with the fake. App's got some room there. App can run the football. App inside, touchdown! Cougars!
It looked like it. Yep, it's a touchdown. Touchdown.
My name is Kevin Costa, and I am studying history at Bridgewater State University. I see the men and women before me who have made such a difference. Teaching in one-room schoolhouses out west, doing social work in Japan.
My name's Corey Ahonen, and I joined the Air Force in January of 2008. The servicemen and women that came before me have paved the way. I was very excited to see that 2 BSU alumni were selected as Medal of Honor recipients during the Civil War, and that another alum was the commanding officer of one of the first Black Corps in New Orleans.
I want to be a lawyer because I really want to make a difference. I truly stepped outside of my comfort zone by studying abroad in Thailand, and the social justice projects in Arizona really rejuvenating and eye-opening.
There's a certain level of pride and responsibility that comes along with serving your country. These are some of the core values that I see throughout BSU.
175 years. Bridgewater State University. Horace Mann, the father of education in America, founded Bridgewater State University 175 years ago. He said, "Education, then, beyond all other devices of human origin, is the great equalizer, the balance wheel of the social machinery. Seek not greatness, but seek truth, and you will find both." The values that stand the test of time remain active, growing, enriching, serving, learning and teaching knowledge that brings liberty to the soul, enabling mad skills. Now you have responsibility. What are you going to do about it? 175 years. Bridgewater State University.
The James Lina Bowl Championship, ECAC Division III football, St. John Fisher College at Westminster. Here at the half, the Titans lead the Cardinals by a score of 21-7. Seth Cantor joined by Emory Hunt as we take a look at the first half highlights for St. John Fisher. They got started right out of the gate. Taylor Byrne, a 2-yard touchdown reception from Matt Nathan. The extra point was good, and St. John Fisher took a 7-0 lead at Emory. After that, it was all Westminster scoring 3 straight touchdowns as we start with the Bentley 90-yard kickoff return for 6.
Yeah, big speed right there. Florida kid taking it the distance to rebound and respond from the St. John Fisher touchdown.
Well, the extra point evened up the game, and then Jordan Edwards with a 16-yard run. Nifty move out towards the sideline, evading a couple of tacklers. That gave Westminster a 14-7 lead with the extra point. And how about Paul Colombo? We talked about his ability to scramble. The final score of the first half, a 24-yard Colombo touchdown run.
It makes it an 11-on-11 game when you have a mobile quarterback back there that can do the things Colombo can do. Getting in the end zone on that play and being a nuisance to the St. John Fisher defense throughout.
Well, we get set for the start of the second half, and we'll take a look at Paul Colombo, who's thrown the ball 7 for 14, 83 yards, and he's rushed 10 times for 49 yards and that touchdown, as we mentioned.
Yeah, James Chambers, the running back for St. John Fisher, was one of our key players to watch in this game for the Cardinals, and so far at the half, 8 carries, 15 yards. I say that's getting the job done and stopping him in this ball game if you're Westminster.
Westminster with 200 total yards of offense. St. John Fisher with 108 in the first half. Passing has been at a premium, 83 yards for the Titans, 95 for St. John Fisher. How about the rushing totals? Westminster more than 100 yards better than St. John Fisher, Emory.
Yeah, like I mentioned, they stopped James Chambers on the ground, only 15 yards rushing so far in this game. That definitely has to improve if St. John Fisher wants to have a chance in this one.
Second half kickoff as we begin matters here. It's going to be Edwards taking it outside the 20-yard line up to the 22. And that's where Westminster begins the third quarter. Take a look at some more stats in that first half. In a 21-7 Westminster game. Bentley, 3 receptions for 27 yards. McKinley, a reception for 30 yards. Frankowski, a reception for 11 yards. These are all Westminster receivers. And Cody Allward, a reception for 10 yards. Nagolian, 3 receptions for 44 yards for St. John Fisher. Derek Boland, 2 for 16. Taylor Byrne, we mentioned a touchdown reception, 2 receptions for 9 yards. And Chambers, 2 receptions for 3 yards. As we get started here in the third quarter, Paul Colombo, who fought a wrist injury earlier this season, missed a couple of games, but you'd never know it. He'll tuck it and take it himself, and he's hit hard at the 26-yard line. So Colombo with 4 yards to start the third quarter.
So far, they played a clean game on both sides. 5 penalties total in this ball game. Not a lot of mental mistakes from either squad, which is why they find themselves playing great defense.
Option, Colombo takes it himself again, dives across for 30. Well, they're going to say that his knee was down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 5. He needed 6. Disciplined game in that first half. You mentioned St. John Fisher, just 1 penalty for 5 yards, and Westminster 4 for 32.
And you look at that last play, Colombo, the first 2 plays, getting the job done on the ground with his legs. They're probably setting up some deeper shot down the field in the passing game.
Third down and short. Colombo, audibles at the line. Westminster 3 of 8 on third downs in the first half. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Here's the handoff. It goes to Dominique McKinley. Sweep. And he's tackled at the 35-yard line. Gain of 4. It's good for the first down. So there's the 4th third down conversion of the game for Westminster.
Well, earlier in the football game, we saw them run heavy to the right side behind that right tackle. And now they're opening up the second half, running weak side. So they're running toward the left side. And that offensive line, I think, is doing a great job in dominating up front.
Jake Kulig with the last tackle. Softball thrown out near the 40-yard line, and the catch is made out of the backfield by Dominique McKinley. McKinley stopped at the 39, a gain of 4 yards on the play. Early moments, third quarter. Westminster a 21-7 lead, two-score game as we start the second half. And a man is down for St. John Fisher. Looks like Alec Mortellaro, junior cornerback.
And what we're seeing right now about Westminster is what we saw earlier in the game from St. John Fisher. They're running the football effectively. They're doing a great job with the short passing game. So just working their offense, 3 runs, 1 pass. They find themselves in second and medium, which is a great situation to be in.
Mortellaro, a junior from Rochester out of East Ridge High School, who's had a terrific season. 5 interceptions, 18 pass breakups, which is tops in the Empire 8, with 48 tackles to go with it. And the training staff huddled around him right now. That gives us an opportunity to tell you about View Sport. View Sport is an innovative fitness apparel line focused on the motivated athletes, sports teams, and others looking to get the most from their fitness and training efforts. When an athlete exercises, the patent-pending View Sport sweat-activated technology reveals design that is only apparent once sweat comes in contact with the fabric. The harder the wearer works, the more visible the image. The shirt works if you do. So Mortellaro being helped off, but he looks to be all right. So it's a 2nd down and 6 for Westminster. Colombo, 3 receivers on his right, has time, now being forced out of the pocket, and he's sacked. Back outside the 35-yard line, so a loss on the play as he's taken down at the 33-yard line.
It looked as if it was a front side read right there by Colombo. He didn't get a chance to work back to the weak side. Stayed focused on the front side, tight end, and also tailback. St. John Fisher did a great job playing coverage. Took it away, was able to get the coverage sack.
Randy Marcellus and Chris Smith. 3rd down and 12 from the 33-yard line. Westminster, a 2-touchdown lead. Early moments in the third quarter. Man in motion to the far side. Colombo calling for the ball as the play clock is inside 5. 5-step drop, has time, dumps it over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Bentley. Good coverage by St. John Fisher in the secondary. A linebacker, Chris Smith, was there as well, so it's a 4th down and 12 for the Titans.
Yeah, if you're St. John Fisher, this is exactly what you wanted defensively, to come out and get a quick stop. Not a 3-and-out, but you got to stop on the field, force an incomplete pass, errant throw right there, a little bit behind the receiver by Colombo. But if you're St. John Fisher, you got the stop. Now it's time for your offense to put one on the board.
Schnellbach will punt. Nagolia and Fuentes to return. Low snap, no pressure. Wobbly kick. It's fielded by Fuentes at the 40-yard line, and St. John Fisher starts there. Down 21-7, 12:31 remaining in the third quarter. So what do you think St. John Fisher needs to do to get back into this game?
Well, something offensively has to click for them. Right now, their running game is not working. Their passing game has been inconsistent. It has sputtered since the first drive of the game. If they have to find if they're going to find their way back in this matchup, it's going to have to come with one of those 2 aspects of their offense. The running game has to start getting going, or the passing game has to become much more effective like it was on that first drive, and they have to start to sustain drives like we saw in the beginning of the game.
Point to the passing game. Matt Nathan just 11 of 22 for 95 yards in the first half. Does have a touchdown. It's only from 2 yards out, and James Chambers the feature back with only 14 yards. Quick slant, catch made at the 38-yard line, driven back was Bobby Campese, the wide receiver. Might have lost a half yard.
Yeah, Campese has to make that guy miss in the open field, but credit Westminster for getting up, making a tackle, making a solo stop, and team defense. 3 guys got over there pretty quickly and put him on the ground.
Miguel Luis on the tackle. 2nd down and 11. St. John Fisher, the Cardinals out of the Empire 8 at their own 39-yard line. A 4th-down lineman for Westminster. Cardinals trailing by 2 touchdowns. Quick drop, slant out to the sideline, and the catch is made at the 41-yard line. Driven back was Wyatt Staley, the tight end. Got 2 on the play, so it's a 3rd down and long.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Even though these are short passes, it gets the quarterback, Matt Nathan, back into a rhythm. And once he's in the rhythm, we saw him have a lot of success on that opening drive and into the second offensive drive for St. John Fisher. And it's important right here that they convert this 3rd down. They're going to have to go intermediate to deep down the field to make a play.
Todd Jeter with the tackle. Here's St. John Fisher on a 3rd down now. They're 4 of 10 on 3rd downs in the game. 4 receivers on a 3rd and 9. Nathan dumps it over the middle, and the catch is made by Derek Boland, a wide receiver. Boland is shy of the first down. He stopped at the 48-yard line. He needed to get to midfield. St. John Fisher punts on a 4th and 2.
Yeah, he couldn't keep his balance. Otherwise, he would have had the first down. And like I mentioned in the first half, they were playing a lot of 2-man, so you want to go underneath on these crossers. And you saw right here, finally going underneath with the crossing route to Boland. Just couldn't keep his footing. Otherwise, he would have had the first down.
Fuentes punts averaged 30 yards per punt in the first half. No pressure. High spiraling kick. It's going to take a St. John Fisher bounce inside the 20. It's going to roll inside the 15, now inside the 10. And Westminster starts deep in their own territory after a terrific punt by Brandon Fuentes.
Yeah, quick 3 and out by this St. John Fisher offense. You're not going to see a team have success if they can't sustain drives. The only way you can do that if you're getting big plays offensively, and that's not happening. So Westminster's defense has done a great job in making sure St. John Fisher stays sputtering offensively.
And you thought it would be a day where St. John Fisher would move the ball based on their first drive. It was a 14-play, 70-yard drive, but after that we haven't seen much.
Well, defensive adjustments are key, and Westminster has done a great job.
Colombo with movement on the line. No whistle blown. Off tackle right side. McKinley outside the 10 to the 12. 5-yard gain.
Their ground game has been the consistent factor to their offense, whether it comes from Colombo, the quarterback, or there are 2 to 3 outstanding tailbacks that they have in the backfield. Their offensive line, in conjunction with their running game, or with their running backs, have been a big reason why they're able to control the line of scrimmage.
Miller with the tackle for the Cardinals. McKinley with 46 yards on the ground. 2nd and 5. Westminster at its own 12. High snap. McKinley takes the handoff. Dives across the 15 to the 16-yard line, a gain of 4. He needed 5. It's a 3rd down and short. And a man is down. Looks like an offensive lineman for Westminster as the training staff comes sprinting out. Vincent Nurtai looks to be okay. Left guard from West Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, out of Newcastle High School. 3rd down and short now for the Titans, deep in their own territory. Westminster 3 of 8 on 3rd downs in the game. Spread formation here. 3rd down and 1 from the 16. Option for the quarterback, Colombo. Out to the 18-yard line. He needed to get to the 17. That's a 1st down. The chains move.
Again, great job by Colombo just finding the sticks and getting the 1st down. And in the process, they're working this clock. I like what they're doing offensively. They're slow playing this ground game. They're taking their time. They're getting things adjusted. They're getting things blocked up front and allowing their quarterback and their running back to make plays on a consistent basis.
Brandon Miller, the tackle. Fresh set of downs for Westminster. On their own 18. Fisher loading up the box. Play action. Colombo rolling out, looking. On the run, near the sideline, being chased from behind, dumps it off as Chris Smith was in pursuit. Incomplete pass, 2nd down.
Smart play right there by Colombo just to get rid of it to avoid taking the sack. Now it puts you back at a 2nd and 10 as opposed to maybe a 2nd and 15 or something like that. Great job, great heady play by the sophomore quarterback.
21-7, Westminster with the lead. The game started off with a 14-play, 70-yard drive by the Cardinals. It resulted in a Taylor Byrne reception from Matt Nathan. Made it 7-0, but 21 straight points by Westminster. They have a 14-point lead. Cody Allward in motion to the right. Here's the handoff. McKinley doesn't get much. He's out to the 20-yard line, a gain of 2.
Brings up 3rd and long here for this offense who has had some issues throwing the football vertically down the field in the intermediate to deep passing game. So it'll be interesting to see what they do from a passing game perspective on this play. This is a big 1st down at this juncture of the game for Westminster. If they can convert, it puts St. John Fisher's defense in the bind and make them have to, once again, try to stop this offensive attack.
Aaron Jones, tackle. Tight formation. Now the receivers spread. Play clock inside 10. Colombo has to take the snap. He does. Here comes the pressure. Colombo forced out of the pocket, looking down the left sideline on the run, throws along the sideline. We'll see. Close to an interception there was Jeffrey Carlin, but I believe the ball hit the ground, and it did. So the pass is incomplete. Fourth down, there's really nobody in the vicinity but Carlin, but he trapped the ball. Westminster has to kick.
Yeah, there's a difference between throwing the football away and making an ill-advised throw, and that's an ill-advised throw right there by Colombo. Just get rid of the football or just run it, take a short gain. But you don't want to put the ball in harm's way right there. It almost cost his football team with an interception.
Yeah, no question, Westminster caught a break. Schnellbach onto punt. Fuentes and Nagolian to return for St. John Fisher. Cardinals here can get the ball with terrific field position. They trail 21-7. A little more than halfway through the third quarter at a Root Field. James Lina Bolt Championship. Short, spiraling kick. It takes a Westminster bounce over the 50. Nonetheless, St. John Fisher, they'll start with good field position down by 14.
Now it's an opportunity to break tendencies, break your own tendencies. You want to try to go deep down the field. You want to try to do creative things. Maybe move Matt Nathan off the spot a little bit on a half roll or waggle. Try to neutralize that pressure that's coming downhill from Westminster. So if I'm St. John Fisher and their offense coordinator, you want to try to find ways to generate offense. They haven't had success outside of the first two drives, and they have to get back to basics, but they also have to try to break their own tendencies to get the job done.
Nathan from the shotgun. Westminster loading up on the line. Handoff goes to Chambers. He hasn't done much. He pushes the pile to the 50-yard line, 2-yard gain.
Yeah, he'll be one of those guys that they have to get rolling in the second half. Came in with a lot of pub, a lot of promise. He also is their kickoff returner, so that speaks to his athleticism and his ability to make a big play. And they definitely need him to make a big play, whether it be in a passing game or in the running game.
Chambers with just 14 first-half yards. Two receivers out left, including Nagolian. Byrne caught the touchdown, the only score of the game, near side right for Fisher. Offset eye, handoff, Chambers, ran to the outside, ran through a tackle. Vicious hit by Todd Jeter, but Chambers absorbed it and went through to the 46-yard line. Oh, 4-yard gain on the play. It makes it a manageable third down.
And you got to give Jeter a lot of credit right here, running up to get beat down right there by the running back, but definitely a great job in stonewalling the running back in the hole. He slowed him down enough to where his teammates come rally up, back him up, and make the tackle. But heady and tough play by Jeter. A lot of cornerbacks would have made a business decision right there and got out of the way. He came up and made the stop right there in the hole.
3rd down and 4 for the Cardinals. Down by 14 points. We approach the 6-minute mark here in the third quarter. Play clock down to 2. Nathan has to get the ball. Does. Quick slant over the middle. Caught. No. Dropped. Taylor Byrne couldn't hold on. Didn't take a move where it would be considered a fumble. Westminster, they're vying for a fumble call there, but nonetheless it's an incomplete pass, 4th down.
And that's what you want to see from Westminster. You want to see these guys get off the field, but you have to start to help out your quarterback if you're a receiver for St. John Fisher. And that's a play Tyler Byrne can make in his sleep. He's 6'3", 210, has done a solid job all season long. You can't have that drop when your offense is struggling.
Fuentes to punt. A stalled drive again for Fisher. Here comes the pressure. High spiraling kick. This is a good one. Fair catch called. It's going to bounce near the pylon and go into the end zone. It's a touchback. And Westminster starts at their own 20.
And you saw them take advantage of the man coverage right there on that last drive or that last play. That was the drop by Byrne. A nice quick slant. He got inside position. But again, you have to catch the football. You have to finish the play if you want to have success. You go back to this replay right here. Nice skinny who worked the guy over at the line of scrimmage and then made the drop. You have exactly what you wanted. You have position. You have the accurate pass. You just have to then make the catch.
Colombo out with Westminster. They have a 21-7 lead. We haven't had a score in this game since the 10:25 mark in the second quarter. Colombo out of the gun, 4 receivers, 2 out to each side. Dominique McKinley, the running back. High snap. McKinley takes the handoff across the 20-yard line to the 23. 3-yard gain on the play. The last score in this game came early in the second quarter when Colombo ran the ball for 24 yards, capping a 6-play, 66-yard drive. Since then, it's been a stalemate.
Yeah, it's definitely been a stalemate, but their offensive line has probably been the one consistent factor offensively for Westminster by blowing guys off the ball, doing a great job up front.
Colombo dancing out of the pocket, slithers through a couple of tacklers, now takes it himself on the run. First down and more out to the sideline, walking the tightrope, and they'll say he was out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Nonetheless, a 20-yard gain. First down for the Titans.
Yeah, design half roll out to the short side of the field. Colombo did a great job in seeing the lane on the backside, cutting up inside and then breaking to the outside to get the first down.
44 is the spot. First and 10, Westminster moving the ball. Plenty of time on the play clock. We're inside the 5-minute mark in the third quarter. Titans a 21-7 lead. McKinley takes the feed. Off guard, right side, has a first down inside the 45 to the 44.
And now you're starting to see the payoff from their offensive line doing a great job. They've weakened the interior defensive front of St. John Fisher, and there's a lot of space to be had up the middle of the field.
12-yard gain. 4.5 remaining. Here's McKinley pushing forward, and he's tackled at the 42.
A good response by St. John Fisher right there, getting the stop and trying to force a turnover, but they're going to say the ball was down by contact. It's second and 8 actually for Westminster.
Clock running as we approach the 4-minute mark in the third quarter. Westminster trying to put this game out of reach. They lead by 2 scores. Trying to make it a 3-score game. Colombo takes the snap. Here comes the blitz. Pass over the middle, caught at the 35 to the 30 to the 20-yard line. Inside the 5, touchdown. Westminster adds to their lead as they take a 27-7 advantage. Cefantes Levine with the touchdown grab, and Westminster in control of this one inside the 4-minute mark here in the third.
And this is a great job by Cefantes Levine breaking a tackle and outrunning the defense to the end zone. This is what has happened throughout this game for Westminster. They've had short passes. Guys have made plays after the catch. They've made a big play in special teams. They get one here in the passing game, and now they're up 27-7, perhaps going up 28-7.
42-yard touchdown reception. Dahl for the extra point. The snap is clean. The kick right through. And Westminster has a 28-7 lead. This is going to be a very tough putt for St. John Fisher.
And it wasn't anything complicated, just a simple stop route over the right hash mark, break a tackle, and get upfield. Now, if you're St. John Fisher, you're telling your defense, hey, just make the tackle, and it's a 5-yard gain. You missed that tackle, and this is the end result.
Guard Lab is a revolutionary new mouth guard company. Guard Lab uses neuromuscular sports dentistry combined with the latest in 3D scanning and 3D printing technology to create what we believe to be the most accurate, comfortable, and performance-improving mouth guards on the market. Revolutionize your game with Guard Lab. Perform, protect, recover. 3:52 remaining here in the third quarter, and it's a 21-point Westminster lead. St. John Fisher just has not been able to muster anything offensively.
Exactly, and it's all about just sustaining a drive. And you saw they had an opportunity to do so on the last drive, but what happened? The drop pass. Those little things add up to big things that keep you down in the ball game.
It's all to kick. Fuentes back along with Chambers, also back for St. John Fisher, Justin DiBernardo. 3:52 remaining third quarter. St. John Fisher needs offense, and they need it now. Dahl with a low end-over-end line drive. DiBernardo feels it at the 15-yard line. Out to the 20, cuts towards the middle of the field, and he's wrapped up shy of the 25-yard line and dropped down at the 24. As St. John Fisher starts deep in their own territory, down by 3 scores.
There's a reason why Westminster was amped up in the hotel last night and this morning, and you're starting to see why. This is a football team that's playing with great energy. They're playing with great passion in all 3 facets: offense, defense, and special teams.
Travis Lauster with the tackle on special teams. St. John Fisher just 108 yards of offense. Their running game has been shut down. Entire offense has been shut down. First and 10 Cardinals at their own 24. 4 down linemen for Westminster. Nathan takes the snap, has time, tosses it over the middle, up in the air, dangerous, almost picked off on the deflection by Westminster. Right there was Matt Quinn, the inside linebacker, second down. Cardinals catch a break.
And see, that's where I wonder the decision-making. I wonder about the decision-making of Matt Nathan right here. He had two guys open on that play, both running shallow crossers, and he decided to go over the middle of the field, a tougher throw, which almost ended up as an interception when he could have gone to the guy at the top, number 80, who was sitting there wide open. So you also have to help out yourself if you're Matt Nathan. Make the better decision. Give your receiver an opportunity to make a play.
Nathan just 11 of 22 in the game for 95 yards. 2nd and 10, Cardinals just shy of the 25. Nathan fires one over the middle, almost picked off once again by Westminster. The nearest receiver for the Cardinals that time was Bobby Campese, but it was well overthrown, and the Titans almost come up with a pick once again.
A lot of miscommunication going on right now in the passing game. Two receivers in the same area. Neither thought that they were the receiver, the intended target. Again, communication has to get better in the passing game if they want to get themselves back in it.
3:39 remaining third quarter. Westminster in control. Fisher with the ball. They're down by 21 points. 4 receivers, 3 out to the left. Nathan off the back foot, throws out to the sideline. Deflected, flag on the play. The intended receiver was Nathan Nagolian. And we'll see what this flag is. On the coverage for Westminster was Todd Jeter, as Chris McNally will come out and confer with his crew at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, tough to say Jeter didn't have a handful of jersey on that one. It should be the right call, pass interference on number 4.
Pass interference, automatic first down, and that will move St. John Fisher 15 yards.
Yeah, you can't argue that one. He had a handful of jersey, didn't turn around and find the football, made a great play on it, but you have to make sure you get your hands off the receiver, especially after the ball is thrown.
They go from the 24 to the 39, and they have a new set of downs. Nathan takes the snap, pocket collapsing, forced out, scanning the field, fires one to the sideline. Nathan Nagolian there, but it's incomplete. He wasn't in bounds. Second down.
I love the pocket movement right there by Matt Nathan, doing a great job of avoiding the sack and getting outside the pocket, trying to make a play for their offense. See right here, getting outside the pocket. Offensive line had issues in pass protection in the first half, and Nathan just trying to make a play.
Receiver out to the left, Taylor Byrne, along with Justin DiBernardo in the slot near side right. Nagolian and Bobby Campese in the slot on the right side as well. 3:28 remaining third quarter. St. John Fisher trailing 28-7. In the ECAC James Lineable Division III football here on ECACsports.tv. Pocket collapsing, Nathan throws, hit from behind. It's ruled an incomplete pass at the 40-yard line.
They're doing a great job in pinching those tackles in, man. They're collapsing that pocket pretty well on the outside. Nathan had no chance back there in the pocket.
Darren Donikowski with the pressure. A senior from Erie, Pennsylvania. He's had a nice season, 8.5 tackles for loss, 5.5 sacks this season as well, out of Mercyhurst Prep.
A good job by Donikowski getting outside, whipping him with the arm under, and getting a hit on Nathan.
Nathan facing pressure once again, slithers out of it, races towards the left side of the field. He's on the run, takes it himself out near the left sideline, should have the first down, past midfield into positive territory, and he's wrapped up right near the 40-yard line. Heads up play by Matt Nathan, and St. John Fisher gets a much-needed first down as they move into Westminster territory.
He's a big guy, 6'4", 245, a senior quarterback, doing a great job weaving his way through traffic. Good pocket movement right there, getting inside of that defender and getting outside on the edge and getting the first down himself by picking it up with his legs.
A run of 30 yards. First down for the Cardinals. Trailing big, though, as we approach the 3-minute mark in the third quarter. 4 receivers, 3 near side. Nathan will pass. Dumps it right over the middle, and the catch is made by Taylor Byrne. Inside the 30-yard line to the 28, 14 yards, and a first down for the Cardinals.
Taylor Byrne running the shallow cross against the zone defense. He was open in the first, second, and third window. of that zone coverage, and Nathan was able to find him in the third window, picking up the first down. This is what you wanted to see from this offense coming out of halftime.
Spread formation, C.J. Armstrong with that last tackle. Stromello in as the running back. Nathan over the middle, incomplete. Intended for William Kuhn, freshman wide receiver. It was out of his reach, second down.
Yeah, Kuhn probably was peeking in at that linebacker, crashing in on him, and took his eye off the ball for a half a second and ended up dropping the ball.
Taylor Byrne back in. Westminster, a 28-7 lead. Late moments, third quarter. It's Division III contest between the Cardinals of the Empire 8 and the Titans of the President's Athletic Conference. Plenty of time on the play clock. Nathan barking out signals. Three-step drop, being pressured on the run, throws, pass complete. Justin DiBernardo out near the left sideline. Inside the 10, takes a shot. Bernardo staying up right near the goal line. Let's see. Like he was stopped at the 2-yard line. It's a 1st and goal now for St. John Fisher. Terrific play by Justin DiBernardo, withstanding a vicious hit. Keeps on moving, and now Fisher 2 yards away from a much-needed score.
Yeah, he wouldn't be denied on that play. You see right here, look at Matt Nathan in the pocket doing a great job getting guys in the right play. They sent pressure. He stepped up in the pocket and delivered a strike across the middle of the field. Now they're starting to attack with those crossers that we talked about in the first half, and they're picking apart this defense.
They spot him at the 1-yard line. The tailback, Steven Stromolo. Tight formation here for the Cardinals. Stromolo blasted in the backfield. Might have lost a yard, second down.
Yeah, Stromolo, although 2 guys crashed in pretty quickly, you have to take that handoff with aggressiveness and then get to the end zone. He hesitated a little bit back there in the backfield and allowed those guys to swallow him up.
Dodikowski with the tackle. In at fullback for St. John Fisher, Oliver Mold, the senior. Stromolo in the backfield as well. Receiver out to the right side, that's Nagolian. Fade, right corner, end zone. Nagolian couldn't hang on. No coverage in the secondary by Todd Jeter as well, and a flag came in at the 9. Chris McNally, today's referee, makes the call. A personal foul against Westminster. It goes against Nick Cassidy. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
And that's the biggest key, the automatic first down right there. To half the distance to the goal doesn't hurt you defensively, but those mental errors we talked about in the beginning that wasn't being made by Westminster, they've made a couple on this drive. The pass interference by Jeter, and now the unsportsmanlike in the end zone, giving new life to St. John Fisher.
Stromolo the tailback, 1:08 remaining, third quarter. St. John Fisher looking to make this a 2-score game. Nathan trying to push the pile forward. He's right near the goal line. The officials come in. No signal yet. St. John Fisher saying touchdown. The linesman coming in from the far side, and now the call is made. Touchdown Cardinals. Matt Nathan runs it in from a yard away, and St. John Fisher trails 28-13.
Great drive right here by St. John Fisher. Yes, it was aided by 2 penalties, but at the end of the day, they capitalized and got in the end zone right behind their quarterback, 6'4", 245 Matt Nathan, doing a solid job in pushing that pile and getting into the end zone.
Michael Burton on to attempt the extra point out of a hold of Danny Caton. 59 seconds left. Flag flies. The extra point went through, but it's waved off. Here's Chris McNally. False start. 5-yard penalty. We'll do it again. This time we'll move it back, though. On the line of scrimmage now. Is the 7. Burton will kick again. Now it's a 24-yard extra point attempt. The kick is on its way. It's good. And St. John Fisher trails 28-14, a desperately needed score.
Absolutely. And now you look at the defense. Can they get off the field? Can they get a stop? Can they get the ball back to this offense who seem to have found their stride? Let's say in the passing game, again, we talked about these crossers having to be run versus this man defense. They've done a great job doing that. Receivers are being a little bit smarter and settling down in the zone, making plays. You have a personal foul as well, roughing the kicker, so that's going to push this defense back even further. This offense back even further. If you're Westminster, so they're really shooting themselves in the foot with penalties in this third quarter.
Nate in a 2-yard run. How about this for efficiency? 10 plays, 76 yards in 2 minutes and 47 seconds.
Well, when you have 2 big penalties, that definitely helps you out. That pass interference play was huge. It gave them new life, and then you saw Matt Nathan take control and do a great job of moving the football down the field.
Seth Cantor, Emory Hunt with you, our PAC Network crew, led by our producer Alec Palmer. Coming up at 5 o'clock, the ACES Bushnell Bowl Championship. Buffalo State out of the Empire 8 at 7-3 against RPI. The second Liberty League team in this 6-team field. The Engineers at 8-2. We saw WPI last night fall to Kane University, WPI in the Liberty League as well. And a penalty assessed on the kickoff, so St. John Fisher kicks from the 50 here.
And if it were me, I would sky kick this thing and try to get them inside the 15 to 10-yard line. You don't want to waste this opportunity by kicking it deep out the end zone. You want to try to pin them deeper on their own end. Maybe squib it down.
Gator Phillips back to return with Bentley, who ran one back for 90 yards at a touchdown midway through the first quarter. Kick bounces to the 41-yard line. So Fisher going with a short kick. However, Westminster recovers, and they'll start at their own 41.
They tried with the onside kick right there, but it just didn't travel 10 yards, so they couldn't touch it. Heads-up play by Westminster, just diving on the football first and getting the recovery. You had to figure something was going to happen with this kickoff, having that opportunity to kick it from the 50-yard line, but they just couldn't capitalize and recover it. Great job by Westminster's special team unit.
The pressure on the St. John Fisher defense. It's a 2-score game with 57 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Colombo with 3 receivers to his right. Now 2. Flag flies. Play clock was down to 8, so it's not a delay of game. Here's Chris McNally, false start, 5-yard penalty, so that moves Westminster back. They'll go to the 36. Colombo has run for a touchdown, a 24-yard touchdown run early in the second quarter. McKinley hit at the 39-yard line, 3-yard gain.
And McKinley has done a better job in the second half running behind his pads. He's having a lot more success running the football, and you see that offensive line getting back to basics, firing off the football, and just trying to win at the point of attack.
Aaron Jones, the tackle for the Cardinals. Colombo, 9 of 18 for 129 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. He's run 16 times for 73 yards and has that touchdown run that I mentioned. 2nd and 13, 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. McKinley just shy of the 45, stopped at the 44. Makes it a third down. And that will end the third quarter. Now, St. John Fisher, a much-needed score late in the third quarter. A Matt Nathan 2-yard touchdown run, but it's still a 2-score game as we head into the fourth quarter. The James Lina Bowl Championship, ECAC Division III football. You're watching ECAC football on ECACsports.tv. Welcome back to a Root Field. Seth Cantor, Emory Hunt with you on ECACSports.tv. Almost halfway through the weekend as we're set to conclude the third game here, the James Lina Bowl Championship. St. John Fisher at Westminster College. Westminster 28 at St. John Fisher 14. What's your take on this game to this point?
Well, St. John Fisher has found themselves back in this ball game. Westminster has found themselves shooting themselves in the foot with penalties. You think about it on this particular drive. That false start put them back at 1st and 15. It will be 3rd and 2 right now had they not got that penalty. So we've seen a lot of penalties from Westminster in the latter part of the second quarter and into the third quarter. Now, hopefully they can get rid of that as we start the fourth.
3rd and 7 Titans. They need to reach the Cardinals 49. Colombo airs it out, has a man. The catch is made. Heading towards the end zone is Cody Allward for the touchdown.
A great throw by Colombo. He had time in the pocket. He waited for his receiver to cross the other side of the football field, dropped a dime in the bucket, and he was able to bring it in for the touchdown.
A 56-yard touchdown reception, Colombo to Allward. Allward's second touchdown grab of the year. And Westminster strikes back. They have a 34-14 lead.
They needed that play in the worst way possible because it looked as if they were slowly allowing St. John Fisher back into this ball game. That's a backbreaker right there. If you're the Cardinals defense, you had done everything, right up until that point, and now you find yourself giving up a big play in the passing game from a team that hasn't thrown the football well throughout the game.
Dahl's kick is perfect. And Westminster has a 35-14 lead. 10th touchdown pass of the season for Colombo, his second of the game. He goes 56 yards to Cody Allward, the 5'8", 185-pound senior out of Keystone Oaks High School, native of Pittsburgh.
You see the play right here on the replay. Excellent time in the pocket. Beautiful throw on the corner route, the slow cross or the over route, whichever you want to call it, for the touchdown. Allward did a great job securing that catch and outrunning the defense to the end zone.
That puts the Cardinals back on near heels. Florida Graphic Services is a wholesale large format digital printing company founded in 2003 and housed in our 30,000 square foot climate controlled production facility. FGS is a leading manufacturer of corporate and special event promotional materials. Our services include, but are not limited to, graphic design, athletic graphics, custom printing, and custom installation. Please visit us online at FGS2.com. It's a 3-score game again, 10 seconds gone by in the third quarter, and St. John Fisher, well, they have some work to do once again.
And you're still not out of it if you're St. John Fisher. You just have to realize, hey, bad plays happen. We have to then figure out what we did offensively to have success and get back to that. They had a lot of success on their last offensive series. Can they put points up on the board quicker now as opposed to a long sustained drive? They have to get points in a hurry, and they can start right now with this drive and this kickoff.
Dahl with an end-over-end kick. It's fielded by DiBernardo. DiBernardo passed the 25 to the 30 out to the 35-yard line. It stopped at the 37. That's where St. John Fisher starts this game. Third quarter stats, not counting the 56-yard touchdown grab. Westminster 310 yards of offense. St. John Fisher up to 182 for the game. St. John Fisher 144 yards in the air as Nathan 16 out of 33 with a touchdown in the game. Paul Colombo now 10 of 19, closing in on 200 yards for the game. Fisher comes out. 1st and 10 on their own 37-yard line. Nathan under fire, and he's sacked. Darren Donikowski, the defensive end, with the sack. That's a loss of 7. That sets St. John Fisher back to its 30-yard line.
That's a great job by Donikowski. He's had an outstanding day getting after the quarterback. He's totally dominating that tackle right there. You see him coming off the edge, great ball, get off, and using his hands very well to beat the block and ultimately getting the sack on Nathan.
Nearly a minute deep, fourth quarter. St. John Fisher trailing 35-14. Nathan, with time, throws it out to the right sideline. Nagolian with the catch at the 40, gain of 10.
Great positive play right there on 2nd and long, making it a 3rd and manageable situation. And when you look at their receivers, they're big across the board. There's guys at 6'3", 6'2", 215, 210 pounds. So if they can utilize that size to their advantage, I think they could have a chance to get right back in this ball game.
Todd Jeter, the tackle, he's been active in the Westminster secondary. St. John Fisher taking its time right here. How they get to the line. 8 seconds on the play clock. They have to move quickly. 3rd down at 7. Nathan takes the snap. Being pressured from behind. Ball loose on the ground. Westminster dives after the football. And the Titans recover the fumble. Diving in to grab the ball was Robbie Moss, the 5'11" defensive end, a costly turnover.
And who forced the turnover was Darren Donkowski, the 6'3", 230 senior, once again in the play.
And now Westminster can put this game away, up by 3 scores, a Nathan fumble, and it's recovered by the Titans, and they'll start at the St. John Fisher 36-yard line.
He's having a well of a game right now, whipping the tackle each and every snap. You saw right there, getting the pressure on Nathan. But Nathan, to the tackle's defense, Nathan has to feel that pressure. He has to step up or get rid of that football. He had a lot of time in the pocket, held the football a little bit too long, and got sacked.
Colombo from the gun on a 1st and 10. Play action. Colombo fires a bullet out near the sideline, and the catch is made. 1st down. Terrific play. Ryan Kohler, the wide receiver, bringing it in at the 15-yard line, a gain of 21 yards on the play. Well, they'll save a 17, so it's a 19-yard pickup.
Yeah, Colombo is feeling it right now, throwing the football. That was probably the best pass he's thrown all game long, second to the touchdown pass to Alford. But this was a beautiful throw. Set up, strong, nice delivery, good placement, excellent play call, excellent play right there by Colombo.
No rush for Westminster, and why would there be one right now? Up 3 scores, just over 2 minutes gone by in the 4th quarter. An opportunity to put this game away. Handoff. No, fake. Around the tackle is Colombo, and he's driven down at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the play, 2nd down.
And if Colombo is able to continue what he's done in the passing game so far, it just helps out their offense as a whole. We know they want to come in and run the football. We know they want to come in and establish themselves up front along the line of scrimmage. But now you get this passing game going, it's going to make them very tough to defend.
DJ Lagery with the tackle for St. John Fisher. Lagery, excuse me. 2nd and 5. Colombo out of the gun. Flag on the play. Colombo takes it himself. Stumbles near the goal line. Just shy. Looks like his knee hit at the half-yard line, but there was a flag. Here comes Chris McNally, the referee.
Yeah, this is coming back. This was forward motion. It's not Canadian Football League. You can't move forward at the snap. So illegal motion right there.
5-yard penalty.
Nice try, though.
That puts them back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 from the 17. 9th penalty of the game for Westminster. They've been penalized for 73 yards. Only 2 penalties at this one for St. John Fisher, just for 10.
Which is partly why they're still in this ballgame. They've played a clean game. Westminster has been the one to have the mental breakdowns with the penalties. So the one fact that has saved Westminster is the fact that their defense has done a great job in getting after Matt Nathan.
Well, the difference is Westminster +2 turnover margin in this game. 2nd down and 10. Handoff. McKinley pushing the pile forward. And McKinley tackled at the 5, a 12-yard pickup. Well, that's a 1st down. A goal to go here for Westminster.
Another flag on the play.
Yeah. Chris McNally talking with the umpire, Mike Pirro. No call made yet. Here comes the referee. It's on to Westminster.
Starting to talk a little smack now, Westminster, and they're getting themselves in trouble with these post-snap penalties. This was a killer, but you look at the replay of the running game. Again, penalties didn't matter for Westminster with their offense. They're doing a great job in just firing off the football, and they're just chewing up this clock with that ground game.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. First down now from the 20. Westminster a 35-14 lead. No rush here. Play clock down to 6. 11:09 remaining in the game. Option, keeper. Colombo slides inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line, a gain of 2.
A smart decision right there, just to go down. Don't take an unnecessary shot, and don't try to make something happen that's not there.
Westminster with a second down at the 18. I formation. Play clock at 3. Colombo, the handoff with the lane. Dominique McKinley tackled at the 11, a gain of 7 yards on the play.
That's a nice run right there, right down the A-gap. You saw for the first time in this ball game, Colombo under center, going back direct handoff, and right now McKinley is just running, just chewing up the clock and just imposing his will on the St. John Fisher defense.
Devin Mullins with the tackle. It's a 3rd down and 1 from the 11-yard line. Westminster, their MO right now to kill the clock. 3-score lead, driving, looking for more. Titans to the 10-yard line. That's where they needed to get for the first down. The officials come in. This will depend on the spot. And Chris McNally, the referee, says first down, Titans.
It shows you how good Westminster is. Despite all of the penalties, despite all of the mental breakdowns, they're still in control of this ball game. They've done so by their offensive line. Their defensive line has gotten pressure. They've completely shut down the ground game of St. John Fisher, and they find themselves now with the chance to go up even more so against the Cardinals.
Devin Mullins the stop. First and goal, Westminster. Looking to make this a 4-score game. Offset eye. Here's the handoff. Right into the end zone. Dominique McKinley for the touchdown. And Westminster putting this game out of reach. They take a 41-14 lead.
And that was a great run by McKinley. Outside stretch. Got those offensive linemen leading you into the end zone. He had a caravan going in. Doing a great job up front. Like I've said all game long, I've been very impressed with the offensive line. A lot of size, a lot of athleticism. And they've done a great job all game long winning at the point against the Cardinals' defensive front seven.
McKinley's 7th touchdown run of the season. All Titans with 9:13 left. Out of the hold of Colombo, Dahl's kick straight through. At Westminster, all over St. John Fisher. They lead this game by 4 scores, 42-14 with 9:13 to go.
It's not much you can do if you're St. John Fisher, just to start to string together some positive plays to try to get this thing closer and make it a little bit more respectable. But offensively speaking, for the Cardinals, their passing game has been inconsistent all day. They couldn't run the ball at all. So maybe coming out on this drive, you try to do something, to do one thing to try to generate some offense. I would say try to go deep, try to maybe run a trick play. We've seen a lot of trick plays in these 3 bowl games so far. Maybe this is the time you call one of those trick plays, but it has to come from some spark within their passing game or their running game to try to get these guys to shrink this score to make it a little bit more respectable.
Fuentes back along with Justin DiBernardo and James Chambers. St. John Fisher, their 8th overall appearance in ECAC bowl games. They're 6-1. Right now, they're in danger of falling to 6-2 in these bowls, and it's going to be a tough road to hoe with 9:13 left to go. And Westminster leading 42-14. Dahl kicks off. On a beautiful fall afternoon. Line drive kick sends Fuentes back deep at the 10 to the 20-yard line. 30. Fuentes with room to run. Upended just outside the 40-yard line, and 2 flags come in at the 41.
Perfect. More flags coming in. Yeah, we've seen a lot of flags in the second half of this ball game.
Javon Hardy with the tackle for the Titans. The officials confirm. Initial signal I see is St. John Fisher. Illegal block in the back on the Cardinals, 10 yards from the spot. Well, that's a sign that things just aren't going right for you.
And that was a great return by Fuentes, but again, aided by a block in the back. Things you can't have happen if you're trying to come back in this ball game.
First down and 10 Cardinals at their own 29. Well, they're in a situation now where they have to throw. Second to last in their conference in throwing, and Nathan is now out of the game. The backup quarterback, Danny Caton, comes in, and the pass is batted down at the line, second down.
Go from Nathan to Caton and had the same result in the passing game. Batted pass down at the line of scrimmage. Defensive line has played active all day long, just creating problems up front. They've obliterated the run game for St. John Fisher by getting off these blocks and stopping the run, making them one-dimensional. And in the passing game, we've seen them go from just batting passes down to getting after the quarterback, getting them on the ground. So now also combining that with, turnovers.
Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Saw celebration after that pass was batted down. And that's a play that goes against Westminster, and that has to drive a head coach crazy.
Especially when you're up 42-14. You know these guys are excited. They're in this bowl game. They're winning. They get to cap off their season with the victory, and they're a little bit too amped right now on the field. They have to calm this thing down. Otherwise, they find themselves getting more penalties.
Caton with the handoff. Stromolo into positive territory. Tackled at the 41-yard line. A gain of 15 yards on a play at a first down for St. John Fisher.
Nice good run by Stromolo right there, exploding up the inside, making a great run down at A-gap. You see right here, out the pistol set, just a straight give by Stromolo, doing a great job running the football.
First down and 10 from the 41-yard line. Caton takes the snap. He'll throw. Slant, low throw, incomplete. Intended for Bobby Campese.
Yeah, if you're Campese on that play, you have to make sure you see the pass is not going to get to you. It doesn't have enough velocity on it, so you backing up doesn't help that. Now the ball falls short, and then you have a drop, and you have second and long.
8:37 remaining in this game. So Matt Nathan comes out of the game. Danny Caton from Atlanta, a senior. Handoff to the 36-yard line. Gain of 5 yards on the carry. That time it was Stromolo once again. Steven Stromolo.
Pads are still popping on the inside right there. Guys are laying the wood. You still like to see that, though, at this juncture of the game. Guys are still playing aggressively up front.
Danny Caton with 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions this season. 287 yards in limited action. 3rd and 6, St. John Fisher. They trail 42-14, 8 minutes remaining in the game. ECAC, President's Bowl was yesterday. The James Lina Bowl here this afternoon. Being chased is Caton and sacked. At the 46-yard line, a loss of 9. Makes it a 4th down.
Donkowski in there on the sack as well. I think he gets a half a sack on that one, but he's been tremendous. He's been a guy that's been constantly in the backfield as if he's playing running back for St. John Fisher. And kudos to him having a great day closing out his college career as a senior.
Fuentes will punt. Back to return, as usual, Ryan Kohler along with Allward. Allward has a touchdown reception in this game. 56-yard completion from Paul Colombo. That came early in the 4th quarter, just 10 seconds deep. Fuentes with a high spiraling kick. Fair catch called for by Kohler at the 15-yard line. And that's where Westminster starts. The Classic Turf team specializes in the design and construction of sports facilities, including tennis courts, basketball courts, and running tracks. Classic Turf Company was the first to introduce post-tension concrete technology to the sports industry in New England that has pioneered its use in tennis and basketball court construction. Please visit them online for more information at classicturf.org. Titans in control of this game, up 42-14. Handoff, getting the call, is Jared Baumer.
No quit in St. John Fisher's defense right there, making the play behind the line of scrimmage. But you like to see from Westminster that I formation. They just run a little small power right there. Just trying to work on this clock.
It's actually McKinley, excuse me. 6:42 left to go in the game. Now in is Jordan Edwards. Running back spot. Offset eye. No reason to rush. 9 on the play clock inside 6.5 minutes remaining. Westminster 42, St. John Fisher 14. Handoff, Edwards. Outside the tackles to the 11-yard line.
Yeah,
16, excuse me, 1 yard on the play.
Jordan missed an opportunity to score on that play. Had he stayed with the play, with the blocking, that offensive lineman that was leading him into the hole had no one to block and could have escorted him to the end zone.
Frankowski. Actually, that was David Carroll with the tackle. Frankowski is out of Westminster. Inside 6 minutes remaining, fourth quarter, 42-14, Titans with the lead. Cardinals load up in the box. Handoff, McKinley, sweep out to the sideline. Doesn't get anything. Tackled at the 16, no gain. Fourth down, Westminster, they have to punt.
Good job defensively by St. John Fisher not giving up. This was a great opportunity for them to give up and allow them to chew this clock up. But they did a great job stopping the running game on all 3 downs, forcing a punt, getting the ball back once again to their offense, try to do something to shrink this score down to at least 42-21.
And the goalie back to return along with Fuentes. Justin Dahl back to punt. High spiraling kick taken just about midfield. That wasn't Dahl, excuse me. It was Jacob Schnellbach, the punter. So St. John Fisher starts with good field position with 4:50 left to go in this game, but they trail big, 42-14. Matt Nathan, 17-34 for 154 yards and a touchdown. Danny Caton in the game now, as Nathan has been pulled. Not much on first down. A couple of yards on the play by Steve Stromolo. And this could be Coach Vosberg just trying to get Danny Caton some time. This is his last game as a senior.
And you like to see this. You like to see guys as seniors, get an opportunity to play football. Say they play college football. You see right here in the stands, a lot of parents with their son's jersey on with the name on the back. You like to see these things, and it's good to see him get some opportunity, some playing time in this bowl game.
Caton couldn't handle the snap. Fights to get back to the original line of scrimmage. He does take a loss, though. The drive started at the 48-yard line, and that's where he gets to. So a loss on the play, loss of 1, third down for the Cardinals.
And both squads right now are working guys into the lineup. You see Lucas Jones, the defensive tackle for Westminster, checked into the ball game, a senior defensive tackle out of Mount Jewett, Pennsylvania, Kane High School, getting an opportunity to get some ticks.
Third down from the 49. Cardinals need to reach for Westminster 42. Caton back. He'll throw over the middle. In stride, making the catch, Bobby Campese inside the 25-yard line. Now Campese, a hair inside of the 25, a 26-yard reception, gives St. John Fisher a first down.
Nice seam throw right there by Caton, doing a great job finding the open guy and getting the football to Campese.
3:18 left. Caton, 3-step drop, throws it, Pass deflected, and right back into the hands of Nagoleon. That ball was deflected by Westminster, but it ends up in the hands of Nagoleon, and the Cardinals have a first down.
And this is where you get frustrated as a coach. You start to ask yourself, where were these plays earlier in the game? Receivers helping out the quarterback, making contested catches, but now they're moving the football, doing a great job. Let's see if they can punch it in right here on this drive.
16-yard grab. Caton fires a bullet. Touchdown, Cardinals. Right into the hands of Taylor Byrne, but a flag comes in at the 14-yard line. Here's Chris McNally, the referee. His signal that it's against the Cardinals. Looks like that touchdown will not go. Or will it go? Personal foul against Westminster. So it is a St. John Fisher touchdown. It's interesting because initially I saw Chris McNally turn to the St. John Fisher bench and point as if the penalty was against the Cardinals, but ultimately it's a personal foul. The touchdown counts, and the Cardinals trail 42-20 with 2:53 left. As you take a look at that touchdown reception, Taylor Burns second of the game. Michael Burton converts on the extra point. And the Cardinals trail 42-21 with 2:53 left.
Still a little chippy here with these two squads. A lot of these post-snap penalties, dead ball penalties, unsportsmanlike conducts. You don't want to see that, but getting to the positive side of what just happened, Caton throwing a touchdown in his last game, in a bowl game, you have to be happy for the kid.
Coming up at 5 o'clock, the ASA Bushnell Bowl Championship. Buffalo State College against RPI, two New York opponents. Buffalo State out of the Empire 8, RPI out of the Liberty League. Bengals at 7-3, the Engineers at 8-2. And coming up tomorrow at 12 o'clock as we wrap up action, the Legacy Bowl. Bridgewater State against Carnegie Mellon. And at 5 o'clock, the Robert M. Scotty Whitelaw Bowl Championship, Alfred University against Fitchburg State. All coming up here on ECACsports.tv.
That Buffalo State RPI game this evening is going to be a great one. Two other squads that were in that team hotel this morning and last night jawing at each other, talking a lot of trash. Both fan bases are rabid. I think it's going to be a great opportunity to see really good college football this evening at the Division III level.
Always a little extra juice to a postseason game like this, a ball game when you have two in-state teams that don't get to see each other very often. Nice storyline. Well, the personal foul against Westminster being assessed on the kickoff, so they'll kick from the 50 on St. John Fisher. Normally kick at the 35, but it'll go to the 50. Cardinals with 3 timeouts left. Westminster with 2. 2:53 to go here in the fourth quarter. Daddy Caton out 3 of 4 for 51 yards. Relieving Matt Nathan, who had 17 of 34 for 154 yards and a touchdown. Nice game for Paul Colombo. 11 out of 20 for the Westminster quarterback. 203 yards, 2 touchdowns. Does have a pick, but he's run 19 times for 82 yards, including a 24-touchdown run. And we've seen his versatility this afternoon.
That running game of his has been the X factor. They had no answer for his ability to make plays outside of the framework of the play, and that's the effect of having a mobile quarterback. It puts a lot of strain on your defense. You can't cover everybody, and him breaking contain just helped out this offense as a whole.
Fisher going for the onside kick. Westminster falls on the ball. He'll start at the 39-yard line. And we look at the St. John Fisher leaders in terms of receiving. Nagoleon, 5 catches for 71 yards. Campese, 3 catches for 40 yards. Taylor Byrne, 4 for 30, but has 2 touchdown receptions in this game. Cody Allward for Westminster, 2 for 66, including a 56-yard touchdown reception. Safantes Levine with a touchdown reception, 2 receptions for 47 yards. Dominique McKinley, 2 receptions for 34 yards.
Just on the sideline of Westminster, you saw the team try to get the head coach with the water bucket. He saw him and eluded him pretty quickly. Nice footwork there by Coach.
Maybe he should be out there on the field as a tailback. As Jordan Edwards gets the carry to the 44-yard line, 5-yard gain.
Yeah, Coach Benzel wasn't having any of that water on his back on his cold day. Did a great job making 2 guys miss. Very impressive.
Jake Kulig, the tackle for the Cardinals. No rush here at all for Westminster. Up 42-21 with 2:25 left. 2nd down and 4. Looks like 5 from here. And the dial it down is split between the chains, but they say 4 on the scoreboard. Looks like 5 to us. 2:12 left in the game. Westminster closing in on the James Lina Bowl Championship. Handoff. It's Edwards. Out near midfield, shy of a first down. Tackled just outside the 47. 2 yards on the play. 3rd down and short. Inside the 2-minute mark.
Edwards is going to be a really good running back. He's a sophomore out of Florida City, Florida, at Coral Reef High School, 5'9", 190. Already has a touchdown on the day, but I like the way he runs inside. Has a lot of shiftiness and ability to make one miss.
Aaron Jones with the stop for St. John Fisher. 3rd down and 2 for the Titans, up 42-21, closing in on the victory. Play blown dead, flag comes in. False start. Oh, that turns a 3rd and 2 into a 3rd and 7, but just details at this point as Westminster is going to win this game up big with 1:18 left.
Absolutely. Great job by Westminster. They finally got the guy. They got one coach. They didn't get Coach Benzel, but they got one coach on the sideline with both the Gatorade and the water bucket. And that Gatorade, I tell you, won't come off for another 2 days. That's that sticky stuff that just stays on your body.
Not in the cold weather, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
I think that ice from the first dump we saw last night, and it's still on the field.
Still on the field at the 50-yard line.
56 seconds left to go. 3rd down and 7. Edwards stops at the line of scrimmage. And they'll say he got a yard, so it's a gain of 1 with 43 seconds left to go. 36 seconds left on the clock, 7-second difference between the game clock and the play clock.
But back to your point, Westminster has done a great job defensively in this game. I mean, from the onset, they stopped the run. They started to get pressure on the quarterback, and they allowed their offense to get into a groove. And they finally got the head coach with the bucket on the sideline. Wasn't able to elude that. They got one side of his body, though. He's a quick young man right there, the head coach.
Here's the punt as Westminster had to get a playoff. He was avoiding that bath like the plague. Well, the punt takes a Westminster bounce. The St. John Fisher bounce, but nonetheless, the game comes to an end. Final score, the James Lina Bowl Championship. Congratulations to the Westminster Titans. They beat the St. John Fisher Cardinals, who had a nice season themselves, but Westminster comes out victorious. The final here, 42-21.
Kudos to Westminster getting this bowl victory, and kudos to St. John Fisher for having an outstanding season and getting into this bowl game. And you just feel sad for the seniors, because a lot of times this is a lot of these guys' final opportunity to play in a competitive football game, to put on football equipment, and what a way to go out playing in a bowl game here in late November.
What are your takeaways from this game?
Very impressed with Westminster's defense and their offensive line. I thought those two things were the reason why they won this ball game. For St. John Fisher, I love the fact that they competed hard. They didn't quit. They just didn't have enough offense to win this game. But this is a good football team, and they'll be back next year.
Well, we're halfway home here on Division III Football Bowl Championship Weekend with the ECAC. In this ball game, it's Westminster victorious 42-21. Yesterday, we saw Kane beating WPI and Salve Regina beating Husson. Now we'll be back in a few hours here. The ASA Bushnell Bowl Championship coming up at 5 o'clock. Much anticipated matchup between the Buffalo State Bengals and the Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute Engineers. Once again, the final here, 42-21. On behalf of our producer, Alec Palmer, our spotter, Dave Servideo, Seth Cantor, with Emory Hunt saying good afternoon from New Britain.